What's going on? What's going on, my film fam? Welcome to another episode, a special episode, a Christmas Eve episode of
Fact.
Chop Willie in the morning, man. Brought to you by Let the Film Speak. I am one of your hosts, Chop. Heard my main man, Willie Jack. Willie Jack, how you feeling, bro?
Hey man, feeling good, feeling great, man. I got Christmas weekend, man. I got football all day, Saturday and Sunday. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no complaints.
No complaints at all. No complaints on,
Yeah,
and we
man.
still get the Monday night game too, man. So we
And
getting
still got
everything, man, with an extra day of football. So I'm loving it, just like you, Willie Jack. Another great week of football, as we said, man. A lot of important games coming up this week, man. Who else clinches? Will there be another team that clinch? So there's a few other clincher scenarios. We'll get into those as we go through the games. But first, we got house rules, man, and the house rules are the same. Each and every week, I tell you on both shows, whether it's the Wednesday evening show or it's the Sunday morning show. Today is the Saturday morning show, and I'm still going to tell you, like, share, and subscribe, man. Become a member of the Film Fam. Me and Willie, we got plenty of room for you, man, in our crib. You know what I'm saying? Plenty of food, plenty of drinks. We got everything, man. Anything you need, you're going to feel comfortable here. You know what I'm saying? So become a member of the Film Fam. Also, hit that notification bell, man. How else are you going to find out when we got stuff going on? You know what I'm saying? When you come over here, you enjoy the first party. You want to know about the next party, right? What about the sequel? You know what I'm saying? What about the trilogy? You got to know what's going on, man. So hit that notification bell so you are in the know of what's going on with us. And me and Willie Jack, we guarantee, you know what I'm saying, to get you squared away and get you right, man. Like I said, man, we got a lot of stuff to get into today. We got the Thursday night recap, which is what we usually started off with, man. But I got a little bit of a interesting, some interesting news, man, coming from a boy Adam Schefter, man. He put out something, man. This says that, man, former head coach of the New Orleans Saints, Sean Payton, is already assembling his staff, man. He's already getting cast together, man. One of those guys being former head coach of the Broncos, Vic Fangio, of course, former defensive coordinator as well. He's starting to get his staff together because he already knows he's interested. He's coming back, and he's ready to get this thing going, man. Willie Jack, what's your take on this one, man? You got any landing spots for him? How you feel about it?
Yeah, man.
On this one.
And honestly, I think most all of us anticipated this. You know what I'm saying? When he stepped away, it was never meant to be in depth, or it was never meant to be anything, or it was never meant to be anything long term. And so it was accepted or established early on that this was a break or sabbatical and not any style of actual requirements. So nothing more than just stepping away to kind of recharge himself. And so coming back, I already like that first move of Vic Fangio. Like I said, head coach of the Broncos, but longtime defensive coordinator with the Niners. He was the guy, man. My dog Patrick Willis, man, Child's boy Navarro Bowman, man, Deshaun Goldstein, man, I used to love that defense. Like that old Niners defense, that's Vic Fangio. So he's our if the offense is Sean Payton and the defense is Vic Fangio, if you ain't tell me nothing else, I'm sold right now. Like, where we going? you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm in good hands wherever we go at that point.
I'm with you on that, Willie Jack. I feel you
for sure. Landing spots, it's a couple hot places. Some man. Cardinals. I like to see the Cardinals because Cliff Kingsbury is a college coach still, and a mediocre one at that. So he's still he's the same mediocre college coach that he was, but now he coaches the Arizona Cardinals. So I'd like to see Sean Payton get his hands on a guy like Kyler Murray, for one, to kind of bring him to heel a little. Well, no, that's a terrible term. For one, to kind of like he's strong enough to go in there and be able to check him and put him in. All right, well, I don't want that still sounds too disrespectful. He's done enough in this league. He's got enough cachet. He's got enough power and juice that, like, he can go in there and, like, nah, this is gonna be my way, bro. This is gonna be my ship. You know what I mean? Like, he's got, because Cliff Kingsbury can't tell Kyler Murray nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, and Steve Keim can't tell Kyler Murray nothing. Sean Payton can tell Kyler Murray something. You know what I'm saying? And he's got enough pull, enough juice that if for some reason they had to make a move or whatnot, you know what I mean? Sean Payton's gonna rebound. Sean Payton's gonna make something happen. I like to see that. Man, oh yeah, give me one, man. Give me one.
So first and foremost, just to touch on him coming back, of course, I feel like we need it, man. We need another good coach in here, man. Another good coach, you know what I'm saying, to make it a little bit more competitive, or to put to one of these teams, these so-called talented teams, you know what I'm saying, that's out here and not really making as much noise. Now, I know a few weeks ago, or a little bit earlier in the season, man, you talked about, the possibility if Staley don't make it, that would be a perfect spot for Sean Payton. You know what I'm saying? Over in Los Angeles. With
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that would be a good spot. But thinking about it now, and thinking about Vic Fangio and his tenure with the Denver Broncos, if Hackett is out of there, I feel like that could be a solid spot for him. You know what I'm saying? To go in there and try to do something with Russell and some of the
I don't like that one because Vic's not going back to the place that he got fired from as a coach for one. Well, and it's not even about Vic, but just even for him, he's not. And this is a guy he's pushing. He's got to be like 65 or more, so he's not. You know what I mean? He's not pressed about doing what he's got to do just to keep a job or just to stay in his league. He's made his bones, he's made his name, he's made his money. He got to the top of the mountain. So he's at the point where he can do things that he feels like he wants to do and not has to do. He's not going back to Denver. Then also, I think Russell is spoiled goods. You know what I'm saying? For one, I think, well, no, not to say that. A guy like Sean Payton, I just don't think that's attractive. If you're coming back to your Sean Payton, even if you get Russell Wilson in that office straightened out, you still got to deal with patty cakes and Justin Herbert in that same division. Like, that's just still heavy. That's heavy work. You know what I'm saying? For a guy who was beating his head against Tom Brady and the Buccaneers and against a young upstart Jaguars team back when they were loaded and running. You know what I'm saying? So if you got your choice now, I think there's like better options. But yeah, maybe not with Vic, but Russ got that salary cap hamstrung with his new contract. There's not much money to make any moves going forward, and because they definitely still need some stuff. I don't like the Broncos.
Yeah, but other than that, though, Willie Jack, I don't know if there's too much out there. I don't know if there's too much meat left on the bone. I mean, of course, you got Indianapolis. They got Jeff Saturday right now. That's a spot. Then you got who was my other with Carolina with Steve Wilkes. I know you've been rooting on Steve Wilkes getting another shot.
Yeah, realistically,
that's kind of iffy with how owners handle that situation.
You know exactly. Yeah, so realistically, now I don't know unless the Panthers make the playoffs and really force ownership's hand. I can't think of his name because he was a minority owner with the Steelers before he bought the Panthers. I can't think of his name. But unless like the Panthers, I think the only way he realistically retains that job, they have to make the playoffs because then at that point it's uncomfortable now to tell me why you're letting them go. So short of that, I think they probably go ahead and get out of there. And if you can get Sean Payton, because they're going to have the two most important things when you're going into a job, I would say, and some style of start point or some type of spark on the offense already there. But the biggest thing for me is going to be cap space and draft viability. So the Panthers get 5 stars on both. They've already cleared a lot of their money. You already got rid of Christian McCaffrey, who I think was like the last real moneymaker on the team anyway. Whatever Baker was set up for, he's traded away, he's gone. So now you've already got DJ Moore re-signed already. And so the only young money coming up is going to be Derrick Brown on the D-line and Brian Burns, if Brian Burns hadn't been re-signed either. Right. So Carolina, I think, is attractive. And that division is soft, it's weak. And he knows that, Chop, you might have been on something. Carolina sound real good.
Now, as you talk through it, huh?
As we talk through it, because their division's weak, they've got cap space and they've got draft capital now. And like I said, he knows the lay of that land well. The only thing is, like, maybe that'd be too close to home from New Orleans, now being a competitor. All the reports are saying when he left that him and Mickey Loomis, the shot caller for the Saints, they were essentially best friends. So super close relationship. Sean Payton told the story in one of the interviews when him and Mickey Loomis talked about him retiring, they sat and cried on the phone together for 2 hours. You know what I mean? That's how close they were. So I'm not sure if he necessarily would want to take that or maybe risk some style of personal, rubbing people wrong for personal relationships. But outside of that, I think Carolina would be great. If the Raiders didn't have so much money tied up into Josh McDaniels, that might be a space. But man, there's somebody else I feel like we're forgetting. It's like low-hanging fruit that we just not thinking of. It's somebody out here.
And that's why I said I went through them. I tried to look at the list of the teams, but that was the only ones, man, that I can think of. Unless they're gonna be out on my guy that's over in Cleveland too.
No, Stefanski. No, yeah. I like what Stefanski did there.
Right, and I agree with you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And but other than that, that was the only one that I saw as far as coaches that may be out of there that won't be coming back next year, and it's an opening there. And I also know they were talking about the Cowboys too earlier in the season, but I don't think that he's going.
Yeah, not anymore. Yeah, unless they have to have some type of massive collapse.
Yeah, I guess worst thing. Well, not worst thing, but I guess another option would be if they happen to get rid of the New Orleans coach and he goes back.
If he goes back home?
If he goes back. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not like that one ended sour. I don't know if that one ended sour.
No, it didn't, but I don't know if he wants to go back into – because that situation is is just not a good coaching out. I mean, it's just not a good viable. You know what I mean? They're still a mess at quarterback. They still just the weapons themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a long rebuild as well. Yeah, I don't know.
I got you. All right,
listen, go ahead. Yeah, I'm gonna think about it for a little bit.
It's all good, man. It's all good, man. Good talk about that, man. We have to touch on that one because wherever he goes, we know that they'll receive a boost there in that particular spot, especially with him, and then having Vic Fangio, like you said, Willie Jack, having those two, that's a good combination, and you already have a little bit of improvement with what you already have on that roster. But let's talk about this Thursday night game, Jack. Willie Jack, we had a Thursday night game, man. Jacksonville, they go to New York to take on the Jets, man. An important game for both of these teams. However, only one of these teams really showed up in this game, and it was the Jacksonville Jaguars, man. They won this game 19-3. 19-3. Willie Jack, talk to me about this one, man. What happened in this one?
Man, this game really, I'm not going to say feel sorry because everybody's a grown-ass man, but, man, I ain't going to lie, boy. Zach White, man, he ain't got a chance, man. He ain't got a chance. He was getting booed on things that went wrong that wasn't his fault.
Hold on. Get his name right. Don't try to throw Mike White.
Oh, man, Zach White, Zach Wilson.
I see what you're trying to do, man. You try to put Mike White name in there. I see what you're trying to do.
It's already being forgotten. Look how bad it's the guy for Zach Wilson, bro. Golly, man. But he didn't have a viable chance. And honestly, if at this point, and I don't know if the team makes the decision to just sit him down for the rest of this time. But if the team doesn't make that decision, then somebody in his corner, somebody in his agent circle or management circle or whatever, they need to set him down, man. That is a very poor and toxic situation for him. And I'm not saying it's anybody's fault but his. I'm not saying that. But this is the type of situation where it looks like these next 3-4 weeks could really set the trend for his career. Like sometimes you get in such a rut or such a hole, or you get into such a place
that ain't no getting out of.
You can't get out. Exactly, bro. And so he needs to be sat down either by that coaching staff, because they can also salvage anybody who wants to take a flyer on him for a 5th round pick. You know what I'm saying? Just you never know. He's still some style of asset at this point, because the only thing. Well, the greatest thing working in his favor is that, like I said, he's 19 games, or he's 20 games roughly into his career. He was a high pedigree guy when he came in. And so his potential is still viable enough that it could get some solid return. Now you're not going to get a return on the 1st round pick you drafted, but you can get something rather than just let him go. So that's still a possibility. And like I said, so it makes sense to set him down for both sides. But yeah, man, nah. When he got booed for stuff that wasn't his fault. Like, it was like pressure.
It was just frustrated at some point.
That's what I'm saying. Like, like he got pressured and tried to run, had to throw one in the dirt. He got booed. They called a screen on like a 2nd and 25 that got sniffed out, so he threw in the dirt. They booed. I'm like, hold on, man. He can't do nothing about them. You know what I'm saying? He had to drop pass, but not to say that he didn't not take care of his opportunities as well. But yeah, man, that's over. Jacksonville, to their credit, man, did what they had to do. I was a little worried when Trevor came out there and fumbled on that first series. I'm like, Trevor, don't do this, man. Me and Chop was just talking about it. Chop was just singing your praises now. Don't come out here and fall into bad Trevor. But no, he got the first one. Thankfully for them, there wasn't no pressure on the other side. Because I'm thinking, honestly, the Jets go down and get the only 3 that they got in this game, and they stalled out on the 20-yard line. And then they never got close to scoring again. But imagine if they score and punch that in and then put some pressure on Trevor then, because now you got real pressure to respond. And so, but it is what it is. But no, man, Jaguars are rolling. And honestly, yeah, see how far they can carry this thing on now, man. See if they steal that division away from the Titans, who look like they had it sold up probably just about 3 weeks ago.
Gotcha. And to both teams credit as well, just to give both teams a little leeway, because there wasn't a lot of scoring in this game. The conditions were not conducive to QB play or offensive play in general. You know what I'm saying? It was cold. You know what I'm saying? It was wet and rainy, and it was windy. You know what I'm saying? It was all of the above. So you put all those things together, man, it's hard. But the Jags came out and they said, you know what? If it's a game like this, we got to run the ball. And it made me a couple of times. I saw Travis Etienne. He had a ball, man. He almost fumbled that ball about 2 or 3 times, man.
He did have a couple.
He almost gave it away a few times, but he ended up keeping the ball, keeping it together. And the story of the game was them being able to run the ball and continue to do that and hold on to it. Now, on the other side of that, just like you said, with Zach Wilson, man, it was just rough. It was ugly. And it shows me that he's just not ready yet. I'm not giving up But as I told y'all, and I said this about Jared Goff too. Every quarterback is not going to flourish 1, 2, 3 years into the game. You know what I'm saying? Some QBs, it takes a little bit longer for them to reach their potential. You know what I'm saying? And it takes a little while for them to grasp the game, to understand how to be a professional, to understand all the nuances of being an NFL quarterback. And for Zach Wilson, it very well could be that. You know what I'm saying? He still got a lot of arm talent. You know what I'm saying? He still got a lot of talent there. But the guy's what, 22, 23? You know what I'm saying? 24 max.
I don't think he's 24. I don't think he was like one of those super seniors when he came out. I think he's just 22.
Yeah. So this guy is very, very young. I'm not gonna say he's raw because he has a lot of QB skills, but at the same time, you know, there's a lot that he still has to learn. But
no, I don't think that's a bad. He's maybe not as raw as like a Malik Willis, but he still is a little less. What's the right word? I don't want to say refined. He still came from BYU. You know what I mean? Like his most difficult, I guess, or his highest rated opponent, I guess, of his season here was Coastal Carolina, because they were a ranked opponent and they were making a little noise. They were somewhere around 15 to 20 in the rankings and etc. But I think they got spanked in that game. But so it was always one of those things where he didn't necessarily play against the premier competition, but he also didn't have premier talent around him. And so,
It's one of those things where, like, you know how you can see a guy in college or high school, and just because of their talent, you know, and how much more superior they are than the other players around them, they can get away with more. You know what I'm saying? But now playing at this level, you can't get away with some of the same things that you know, maybe were able to get away with, like I said, in high school or college. So, you know, that everybody's more athletic. Everybody, like you talked about too, Willie Jack, open is not this anymore, is this.
Oh, exactly.
You know, all those type of things. I think all of those things play a part. But I think I'm still rooting for him. I still think he has a chance. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, no, definitely.
I know that's your boy too, Willie Jack. I still think he had a chance, but right now he's just not ready, and I think it's just safe. Just pull the plug on him right now. Let him sit for the rest of the season and continue to work on developing him. And I think they'll be all right. Also, I think we failed to mention too, they end up pulling him in this game anyway and brought in Strevler.
Chris Strevler or something like that. And the one thing I was going to say, the last thing I was going to say on that as well is one of the things where it's definitely too early to even call Zach Wilson. For sure. Now it's over with the Jets. I mean, that appears to be apparent that it's over with the Jets, but we still got to remember, and I think we do, like we kind of said, this is a guy that was wildly talented coming in. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like I had him as my QB1 coming into this draft.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There's obvious special. Two things I want to point out. The one thing that I was disappointed in last night is there was one where he booted out, he kind of scrambled around, and he let a deep pass go to Garrett Wilson and underthrew him. And so it was going to be a difficult. Not to say that he just missed one, there's a blanket just clear open as day, but he kind of short armed one, and it was a good. I mean, it was well, maybe in fairness, I'm trying to think, maybe he might have been booting left, and so you can't, you know what I mean, whatever. But like a 40-yard pass, he gets contacted or gets deflected or defensed or whatever down the way, but it was underthrown, and I was just sitting like, come on, man, that could have been the one that maybe kind of could have changed the stadium right there. You know, it'd have been a 45-yard completion. He underthrew it though for sure by probably a good 8 yards. I mean, realistically, stride and where it needed to be.
Yeah.
But yeah, missed that. But then but like I said, man, this is what I was gonna say. I saw a post or some type of article, and it proposed like just a hypothetical trade for Zach Wilson. So I want to know what you thought about it. Somebody had posted a trade for Zach Wilson along with a 2nd-round pick and a 5th-round pick to the Raiders for Derek Carr. So Derek Carr in that Raiders situation, there's been, you know, like we said, that there's been talks. Raider fans are split down the middle on Carr anyway. Half of them either hate him or absolutely love him or absolutely hate him. And then, like I said, seeing how his years went with Josh McDaniels, I mean, he's kind of being scapegoated, I think, a little bit. He's not playing the best, but he's been scapegoated a little bit. I think there's a lot of things wrong with that offense with Josh McDaniels has got going on for them. But anyway, so what do you think about that? And like, would you, if you were, I guess, let's say if you're the Raiders, would you buy into that? Would you make that move? Maybe let Josh McDaniels try to build Zach Wilson from the ground up in his offense and let Derek Carr go to a team that's, you know, I don't want to go full-fledged Super Bowl contender, but a team that's in the mix, you know what I mean, and who is a quarterback away. We see how the difference in how viable that team looks when they have a competent quarterback or a quarterback who's moving the ball. Mike White, who hasn't been phenomenal, but
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? When they're moving the ball at all, they can get in the ring with just about anybody. You know
for
what I mean?
sure.
So what do you think?
So I if I'm the Jets, I like the move. If I'm the Raiders, I'm on a it's hard, Willie Jack. I'm on the fence because it's like, what are we doing with this team? That will tell me everything that I need to know. You know what I'm saying? In regards to this, are we trying to rebuild or trying to, you know what I'm saying, do that, or are we going to try? Because the attention coming into this season was we're trying to win now. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
With some of the moves that they made and, you know, the things that they were trying to do, they wanted to compete in this division now. If the goal is still to compete now, I don't like the move. You know what I'm saying? Because it's apparent that Zach Wilson is a project. You know what I'm saying? He's a project. He's gonna take a little bit of time. But if the goal is to rebuild, take some time, I don't like. I'm okay with the move. You know what I'm saying? You get him, but you also get a couple picks out of that as well, and then you still got, you know, your picks of your own that you can continue to build off of. You know what I'm saying? And do that. But if I do that, I'm Devontae Adams is gone. I'm getting something from him as well if I'm gonna rebuild. You know what I'm saying? Devontae Adams is pushing 30. You know what I'm saying? And not that he's slowing down or anything, but you know, by the time you really get the young guys up to speed and ready to go, then you're talking about older Devontae Adams. Just get something out of him while you can. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
that's the
well,
kind of mindset that I would have if I was going a rebuild route.
yeah, well, and that's the thing too, because I don't even know if it's a full-fledged like tear down rebuild. Because I'm thinking more so because there's already trade rumors for Derek Carr. They've been talked about after
Right.
this season. I think the way that money plays out because he had re-signed a few years ago, so I think maybe his dead cap hit now is manageable enough for a cut. And so there's already talks about because he's been mentioned a name with like the Colts going after him, and you know, well, all the names we know. And so teams, you know, he may be viable. So it sounds and especially like this season, the way it's going, I mean, I don't imagine. No, I don't think they're officially eliminated, but don't see them going to the playoffs. And then, like I
Right.
said, if they get there, it's a weekend pass. And so, realistically, looking at that team and that roster, I don't think they're in position to compete next year. Even without even having this offseason, they've already got so much money invested into Devontae. Derek Carr's already on a second or a third contract now. They already just re-signed Max Crosby. You brought over Chandler Jones from the Cardinals. So I don't think they have money to make a lot of necessary moves, like as far as additions or things to bring in and restock those cupboards to make a real push or run next year. So I think the team they got now is the team they're probably stuck with just because of their money situation. And so, and if this same team is running the back next year, I don't see what would be any different. So I don't mind it, man. If they're out on Derek Carr, like if you're out on Derek Carr and that's the move you're gonna make, then yeah, I don't mind getting a young Zach Wilson in there and seeing if Josh McDaniels can make a magic.
For sure. And last thing I'm gonna say about this game with the Jack, and we can move on, is the fact that with the Jaguars win, man, they put them in position to where if if Tennessee loses today, that puts Jacksonville in right in their contention, man, right there in that playoff spot. They will put them with the same record as the Tennessee Titans, and then Jacksonville Jaguars just beat Tennessee, you know, a few weeks ago. So that put them in that spot. So Tennessee has to win to hold on to that divisional spot as of right now, because if not, Jacksonville steps into it. So just give you a little bit of playoff implications there. But let's go ahead and jump into our Christmas Eve games, Willie Jack. And the first one we got on the docket, man, we got your boy, Big Josh, going to Chicago to take on the Bears. And I'm going Bills in this game, man. I'm going Bills in this game. And it's not. I don't have to go too deep into this game, but overall, it's just the Bills are just the better team, or more superior in all facets. You know what I'm saying? Up front, you know what I'm saying? Defensive end, you know, all those different parts of the game. The Bills are that. You know, Josh Allen still playing some pretty good ball, going against the Chicago Bears defense that's not that has been giving up a lot to just about everybody, you know. And then on the other side of that, you got a really good Bills defense. Now, you still have to watch out for Justin Fields. Justin Fields is still dangerous. You know what I'm saying? He's still going to do what he does. He's still going to scramble. He's still going to, you know, try to make plays with his legs. But all in all, I don't think it'll be enough, you know, to take on or take over the Bills. So I got the Bills taking care of this game. And Josh Allen, he'll have a pretty decent game. Man, I got 3 touchdowns at least from Josh Allen, man. And I got them winning this one. Give me 31.
Oh.
31-20. 31-20 final score of this game. Bills take care of Bears.
I got you. I also got Big Josh on the road getting a dub. I got it just a little tighter. I've got a 27-20. I've got a 27-20, but yeah, I think it's the same thing, man. It's the same thing that I think I say most times. Chicago Bears got two explosive plays from Justin Fields. One of them is definitely almost always guaranteed to be a touchdown. But then, like I said, outside of that, man, it's normally tough hauling. So I'm always going to give Justin Fields 2 touchdowns. Like I said, I think a while ago, man, he's good for 2 touchdowns when he steps on the court, when he steps on the floor. Like Patty, Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts now, Lamar Jackson, Justin Fields. These are guys that I'm going to give them one in the air, one on the ground. Just on GP when they show up to the stadium. So I'm gonna give them that to get them to 14, 2 more field goals as that Buffalo defense tightens up and pulls away or tightens up and holds on. But yeah, I've got Buffalo and Big Josh getting it done. I think this one could probably be a little ugly. Since Chicago, it's gonna be cold. Now these are 2 cold weather teams for sure. But yeah, I think this one probably looks a little more competitive, at least maybe for a chunk of this game than probably we would anticipate. But I'm going 27-20, Big Josh and the boys to pull it out.
Okay, gotcha, Willie Jack. On to the next one, Willie Jack, and I'm gonna turn this one over to you first. But I gotta give you what's going on in this game and the conditions, so you're aware, to make the best decision for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want you coming back to me and saying, "Hey man, Chop ain't tell me it was gonna be 27 miles per hour winds." Hey, I'm gonna tell you right now, brother.
They got 27 miles per hour winds.
I'm gonna set it straight right now, because when I make this comeback, I don't want to hear these caveats about why I came back. You know what I'm saying? And whooped everybody butt in this pick.
Oh, man, yeah. No, ain't no words about that. Come on with it.
But the next game, man, we had New Orleans. They going to Cleveland to take on the Browns, man. And just so you know, Willie Jack, I'm going to give you the weather report on this one, man. It's going to be a 7-degree game. Feels like negative 23. You're going to have 27 miles per hour winds. You know what I'm saying? And, hey, that's what it's looking like. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be dry. It's going to be dry. It ain't going to be no snow or anything like that. But that's what you're looking at for this game. Willie Jack, who you got, man?
I'm definitely glad you that just changed my whole. I left this game open already because I wasn't sure. You know what I'm saying? But now that you told me that, I'm going Cleveland. I'm going to outside cold snow wind team at home against the inside dome team of the Saints. Man, everything about playing outside in the cold is worse, bro. Yeah, like, I was not one of those guys. I was not one of those sleeveless warriors. And to tell me you finna,
bro, and to tell me you finna have to tackle Nick Chubb for 4 quarters,
bro. That's exactly what I was just gonna say. There is nothing worse in football than trying to tackle a damn human battering ram in the cold. The only thing worse than that is if it's cold and wet. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, it hurts. It hurts hitting Nick Chubb in 85-degree weather. You're gonna tell me it's negative 20 and he's at full speed, and now I gotta go smack. Man, come on, man. No, yeah, I'm going Cleveland 20. I'm going Cleveland 20, New Orleans 13. Man, I'm not gonna lie. Nick Chubb, man, I hope he touches the ball 35 times today. Yeah. I want this to look like old school Washington.
Jim Brown. I want to see Jim Brown.
I wasn't even gonna go that far back. I'm not even gonna go that far back. I'm gonna say old school, the Washington football team, John Riggins. I'm talking about a game where it's 35 carries. He may only run for 87 yards, but 3 touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, slow, ugly, grind it out. You know what I'm saying? With that type of weather, that type of wind, and both of these offenses anyway are struggling in the passing game anyway. You know what I'm saying? So, well, this maybe struggle's too strong for the Saints. I mean, they've been explosive with, you know what I'm saying, young Chris Olave, etc. But no real. There's no
this game. He's out.
Oh, and he's out.
He's out. Jarvis Landry is out. Yeah, they missing a couple pieces.
Wouldn't have mattered no way because Andy Dalton was going to give me about 220 yards passing regardless. You know what I'm saying? And then you've got Alvin Kamara, who, like I said, hasn't been a guy without Sean Payton.
Over 100 yards last week. Just want to make sure I threw that out there.
Man, sound good. What would you feel about him getting over 50 yards today? That's the question. Does he get more than 50 today?
Yeah, Cleveland defense ain't about nothing. They ain't about nothing. So I give him over 50 for sure. I give him over 50 because you got to think both running backs.
Give me 10 push-ups right now on the over-under. Alvin Kamara, less than 51 rushing yards. 10 push-ups. We good?
Good? Yep. We got 10 push-ups.
There we go.
Y'all heard it. Everybody is in the chat, man. Y'all heard what's going on. That's 10 push-ups. Yeah. Alvin Kamara is going over 51 rushing yards. But see, I think the running backs is going to be heavily favored. I mean, heavily used on both ends. You know what I'm saying? Now, Kamara, they're going to use the second string running back a lot more than over in Cleveland because Kamara is just not that type of back. But he gonna see some extra carries this game. And Cleveland's defense, they're not super superior in terms of that anyway. But
yeah.
I'd like to say, did you give me your score? Go ahead.
Yeah, and I gave my score 2013. I was gonna say,
okay.
I don't know if you gave me a score on this and that.
Oh yeah, I'm going Cleveland in this game as well, Willie Jack, and that's what hey, see, wife in the building. She gonna hold you accountable. My wife, my beautiful wife. Oh, and then mama, yo, mama gotta hold you accountable, bro. Because push-ups gonna be on you. I'm just letting you know that right now. Push-ups gonna be on you. They holding you accountable, bro.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? They holding you accountable. But I'm going Cleveland in this game as well, Willie Jack. I wanted to go New Orleans. New Orleans has a lot more to play for. They're actually one game out of the playoff spot, man. So I really felt like this was a winnable game for them, and still feel like there's a possibility. Especially with Andy Dalton coming from Cincinnati. He spent many years in there, so he has experience playing ball in the cold.
Oh, okay, yeah, Cincinnati, yeah, okay, yes,
yeah. So he has a lot of experience playing in the cold. So there is there is a chance that something miraculous happens in this game. But I'm not gonna bank on that. I'm banking on Cleveland in that hard-nosed running game, and they take care of business and they win this game. Give me 20-17, man, in a close one. I got Cleveland over the Saints, 20-17. And I don't know why I put 20. I think it might be a little bit lower scoring, but I'm gonna stick with that one.
I'm not gonna lie, I went 2013 as well, but yeah, I mean this game, bro, this could be 16-13. You know what I'm saying? This is low scoring affair for sure. Home team in the building. Mama and my little sister here appreciate y'all. Wifey in the building as well. What's going on, Shonda?
For sure. On to the next one, Willie Jack. This next game, man, we got Houston traveling to Tennessee, man, to take on the Texans. Hey, man, and I'm going Titans in this game, man. I'm going no, Houston going to I'm sorry. It's the Texans going to Tennessee, right? Am I tripping?
That's what you said, yeah. That's what you said.
Okay, yeah. Houston going to Tennessee to take on the Titans, man. Give me the Titans in this game, man. I see it's gonna be another good week for Derrick Henry, man. Another good week for him. They're gonna pound him heavy. You know what I'm saying? The last few weeks we've been talking about the Houston defense. You know what I'm saying? And their pass defense, and they've been playing pretty well. You know what I'm saying? They've been playing well, but the run game is still suspect, and they going against a team that's super run heavy. You know what I'm saying? And not to mention that they also got Malik Willis starting at quarterback this week because Tannehill is out. So I expect not only a lot of the regular runs, but a lot of RPOs too. You know what I'm saying? And I see both of them actually being able to run the ball and be successful in this game using their athletic ability. And Tennessee comes away with this W and wins this one. Give me 23-17. Now,
bro, that is crazy.
Same school? We got same school?
Not that. Well, oh, no, I forgot Buffalo. I thought we had one team with the same score. No, we had. That's 3 games in a row. We've got at least like one of our scores.
They close.
Yeah, so at least on one of the teams. I was like, yeah, we got the same score on one of them again. Yeah, my bad.
No, we're good. Yeah, so that's right. But yeah, that's my final score, man. 23-17. Tennessee wins this game over Houston, man. And shout out again to my wife, man. She in the building. All the ladies is in the building. She shout out, man. All the first women of Let the Film Speak are all in the building, man. Yeah. Moms, we got sis, we got wifey in the building. Hey, man, we appreciate y'all.
Yeah, it's the first ladies. Yeah, we in here real tough. Appreciate y'all.
For sure. Willie Jack, who you got in this one, man?
Yeah, no, I'm also taking Tennessee in this one. I'm not gonna lie, man. This one made me nervous as well because Houston now is feeling secure that they got that number 1 pick, and now they trying to play a little ball. You know what I'm saying? So they taking boys to the line, and so Tennessee on the other side as well is kind of stumbling a little bit down the track. And and Tannehill's out this game.
Yes, he is. So it sounds like you going Houston to me. That's what it sounds like to me. Yeah, that's what it sounds like to me, Willie Jack.
I just remembered right now on the spot. I had Tennessee 23-19 because that's why I was like, that was like the third one. We got a match of score. I had Tennessee 23-19 to match your 23. But now, man, now you're telling me it's Malik Willis.
Come on with it.
Man, Malik Willis couldn't even quarterback sneak against the Chiefs. I don't know if he had positive yardage against the Chiefs. At least not in that second half when they gave up like that 10-point lead and then went to overtime. And and I don't think he had a positive yard like for the last like quarter and a half of that game. Yeah, give me. Oh man, it's on the road, man. Why isn't it? Man, I feel better if it's in Houston, Chop. Houston's defense playing some ball. Jalen Petrie balling, bro. The rookie DB, the safety with Baylor, playing nuts. You've been telling me that the strength of this Houston defense is in the secondary and the passing defense, but this is a game that Tennessee, if we thought Tennessee wanted to
doing it.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Even if we thought Tennessee wanted to throw the ball, they definitely not doing it today. Oh, man. At home, Malik. All right, I'm going to take Tennessee 23-19.
Okay, all right.
I really wish that game was in Houston, man, so I could have went with the Texans. I might come back to that, man. I got to look. All right.
Let me tell you like this. My phone is on, bro. Whenever you feel like you want to text your boy, my phone is on. I'll make that switch for you whenever you need it, brother. But understand, it's a 12 o'clock game today, so I'm gonna need that.
Hey, give me the Texans, man. Give me the scared money don't make no money, Chop.
Yeah, money don't make no money. You sure right about that one.
Oh man, damn. Cause see, this is a game. Derrick Henry can win this game by himself.
Yeah.
Derrick Henry can win this. Derrick Henry can really win this
game. Take your time, bro. Don't worry about it. We're gonna put it down. We got you right now, man. We're gonna keep on pushing, though, man. We're gonna keep on pushing with Jack. And this next one, man, we got Seattle going to Kansas City to take on the Chiefs, man. Who you got in this one, Willie?
Man, this one hurts, man. I was talking to you earlier a little bit about this one because I was thinking, man, it's game of the week stuff, but it ain't that serious, not for everybody else. I'm gonna be tuning into this one though, man. My dog Big Gino, man. My dog Big Gino, he needs to close out, man. He needs to win to close out if they're gonna have a real chance to steal one of them seats from the NFC East. I think they're giving up 2 of them spots. Detroit's got one in my book, man. I think Detroit's gonna make it. I think it's gonna fall in line. They this year's Cinderella or whatever the case. It's gonna fall in line for Detroit. Seattle, man, they gotta really get out there and get it. Hurts me to say on the road in Kansas City is not the place to do it. What I want to see in this game is one of the things I didn't talk about in that Jets game. Sauce Gardner messed up with Evan Ingram in that game, and so for long stretches of it, you know what I'm saying. And so I'm curious to see if they take that same tack and put Wooten on Kelsey. You know what I'm saying? Like he's big enough, he's strong enough, he's fast enough. You know what I'm saying? Like I was curious to see if that's the route that they go. But I don't know if you put that on a rookie Wooten. I mean, they put it on rookie Sauce, but rookie Sauce, all right, looks like he won on ones. But anyway, I said I'd say, man, I do have to. I'm taking the house money, man. I'm taking Kansas City at the crib. That's just always going to be a forever difficult place to play. They show up, man. They show up. They loud. They faithful. 24-20. I'm taking Kansas City. And even the reason why I got it kind of closer or lower scoring, Kansas City, and it's not. This isn't a knock on Patty because Patty's still playing great, but Kansas City hasn't been the point output. I guess hasn't. I don't know when's last. I don't think they've scored 30 points in the last. Is it 3-4 weeks now, or am I tripping?
No, they scored 30 points the week before last because they was in the shootout against Denver.
The shootout that Denver took them to 30. But then before then it was Tennessee and or maybe I'm off. I feel like they hadn't.
Their offense hasn't been. I think that what you talking about is their offense hasn't looked.
It doesn't feel like they've been scoring points. Like and I know they are and they're still winning, but it just doesn't.
It's not the same offense we used to seeing. Like
I don't feel like it's never an easy 30. I don't want to say that, but you know what I'm saying. Like right now, Detroit for me is 30 points. Don't matter. I don't care what they got going on. If Detroit's playing, I'm giving them 30 points. Kansas City was like that for me. I don't feel that way right now. You know what I'm saying? Like the points have slowed up a little bit. Even last week, Patty goes 36 for 41, which is outstanding for more than 300 yards. He only threw 2 touchdowns. They only scored. What was the score of that game? They
actually scored 30. That's what I'm saying. It was 30-24.
30-24, and then there was an overtime, wasn't it?
It was overtime. 30-24 overtime. They scored their last touchdown in overtime.
Yeah, 30-24 in overtime on a broken play, and the guy runs and scampers off and ends the game for him for 30 yards. You know what I'm saying? So okay, in fairness there. But okay. Disregard everything I'm saying. Golly, they scored 30 twice.
But that's what I'm saying. I understand where you're coming from, Willie Jack.
But yeah, I got you.
It doesn't look as smooth. It doesn't look like the normal offense that we used to seeing with Kansas.
Yeah, it really is something.
That's what it is.
Exactly.
It's not clicking the same way.
Yeah, something just feels just a little off, but they doing what they got to do. But I say all that to say I think they do. I think they have to fight for it. Of course, Seattle's going to be there. They're going to be scrappy. You know what I mean? They're fighting for their playoff life right now. You know what I mean? Like they don't have any room or slack to let any of these go, and so I think they do get overmatched in this game in Kansas City. But I do expect them to fight and make it interesting. That's the part of the 12 o'clock game I'm gonna primarily watch. But I got Kansas City hold on and winning that 24-20.
Gotcha. And I got Kansas City winning that game too, man. I got them scoring. I got them scoring 27 though. I really think this is a game in better weather they can run it up, but it's another cold weather game, man. I think it's gonna be like 12. Feels like one, a little wind in KC, man. You know they got an open stadium too. You know, so it's gonna be points are gonna be a little tough to come by. I think both teams are gonna really run their ball, and I expect Isaiah Pacheco, man. I think this could be his game. You know what I'm saying? He's been scoring flashes each and every week, you know, here and there. But I think this is his game. Last week it was Jerick McKinnon, you know, and him really is back. But this week I think they really rely heavily on big one. Give him 100 yards. Give him over 100 yards in this particular game, and 1 or 2 touchdowns. Man, I think he has a solid one, and you know he helps lead this Kansas City team to a victory. But for Seattle, man, they just like you said about Kansas City, Seattle hasn't looked as good the last few weeks. You know what I'm saying? And it feels like they're starting to come back down to earth a little bit. You know what I'm saying? They had, you know, a lot of their ups, but now they're starting to kind of plateau off and kind of, you know, get to where, you know, a lot of people expected them to be anyway before the season started. Nobody really expected much from them. But they are better than that, what our expectations were. But
I thought they were a top 3 draft team going into this. Sure. I thought they were going right back to the top 3. Yeah,
for sure. So they are a lot better than what we expected them to be, but they are they're not ready to play with teams like Kansas City and stuff like this. So give me Kansas City in this game. Give them 20. You know, I'm gonna go down a little bit too, Willie Jack. I'm gonna stay with you, bro. I'm gonna rock with you, bro. I'm gonna go 24. I'm gonna go 24 this game. 24. Seattle puts up 16. 24-16. Final score of this game. Kansas City over Seattle.
One thing I do want to say, I think the bigger mismatch in this game instead of Pacheco, because I like the white dude, man, 57 Barton. I think it's Barton, and Cody Barton.
Yeah, Cody Barton.
Hey, he comes downhill, boy, and he's coming to bring wood. And then Jordan Brooks, the guy for Texas Tech. Like, I think they're both like downhill, aggressive run stoppers. And so, if anything, I think this could be a day for Kelsey. Because neither one of those linebackers want any parts of Kelsey. Quandre Diggs is a decent free safety, but he's too small, and you need him kind of doing what he could do. And so that's why I'm thinking if they put Woolen on Kelsey, but I think they don't have anybody for Kelsey. That's why I think this could be a Kelsey day. I think more so Kelsey than maybe the run game. But that's why I'm curious to see what they do with him, see if Woolen gets a little action or not.
For sure. All right, Willie Jack. On to the next one, man. And this is a slight, well, it's a juicy one for me. May not be for Willie Jack, man. But we got the New York Giants, you know, traveling to Minnesota, man, to take on the Vikings, man. And hey, I'm gonna start this one off, Willie Jack. I got you, bro.
Come on with it.
You know what I'm saying? Because we got best of the business.
Come on with it.
On the road, you know what I'm saying? Going to Minnesota to take on a tough Vikings team, man, in terms of, you know, a team full of weapons, man. Team that can put up some points, you know, but that stops today. These points, they ain't going up today, Willie Jack. You know what I'm saying? And you told me scared money don't make no money, Willie Jack.
Scared money can't make none, bro.
You told me. You know what I'm saying? And we already had another. How many push-ups? Was it 20 push-ups? Do we got to go back to the episode about the 10 games? The 10 games? I told you the Giants was gonna win 10. You know what I'm saying? They was gonna get 10 wins this year, not next year. This year they getting 10 wins, and in order to do that, they got to go through at least 2 of the next 3 games, and one of them is gonna be against Minnesota. I'm calling it right now. Giants over Minnesota in this game. I think they get their run game going. Minnesota defense ain't stopping nobody. I'm gonna put that out there right now. They ain't stopping nobody. You know what I'm saying? But what the Giants can do, even with, you know, not as many weapons, or not, I'm not gonna say weapons, but not as many like player stoppers on their defense. You know what I'm saying? As far as like guys, like you say, all right, put him on him, he can guard him. You know what I'm saying? Jefferson is one of those guys. You know what I'm saying? He's a guy. But I think instead of trying to rely on one person. They're gonna put numerous bodies on him. You know what I'm saying? And I expect Azulari and what's my other guy named Kayvon Thibodeau to continue what they've been doing or what they did last week and continue it into this week and play some good football. Rely on Saquon on the other side of that ball because Minnesota ain't stopping nothing on the ground. And Giants come away with this W, man. They win this one 27-24, game-winning field goal. They go ahead and still win in Minnesota, man, in the dome.
Man, going on the road.
On the money, don't make no money. That's what I was told, Willie Jack. Somebody told me that. I don't remember who it was. You know what I'm saying? Could have been anybody. You know what I'm saying? Could have been my partner. Could have been my homeboy. You know what I'm saying? But somebody told me. I tell you one thing, man.
If I told you, I ain't lied to you yet, man. Hey, I ain't lied to you yet. So, hey, I ain't mad at you at all. Jettas and them boys getting this dub for one because I don't trust the Giants to get 27 points, not in regulation. If you tell me this game goes to overtime, then the Giants may score 27
I'm going to throw another stat line out. I'm going to throw some stat lines out there to you.
Come on with it.
Saquon Barkley, 130 yards rushing. I ain't talking about passing.
Look at being ready.
130 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns. Daniel Jones, 70 yards rushing. I don't care about the passing. I ain't worried about his passing stats. He might throw for 180 yards. That's cool. 70 yards rushing and a rushing touchdown. And then the rest going to be field goals. He's going to get one field goal early or sometime midway through the game. And then the last one going to be the game winner, the dagger, to send Minnesota home upset, worrying about what's going to happen with the rest of their season. What they going to look, what type of team they are. It's going to be a lot of questions after this game. People going to be asking questions after this game, Willie Jack.
Hey, I'm not going to lie. The way you lined it out, it sounds good. I ain't going to lie. Early field goal, touchdowns in the middle, field goal to win.
Minnesota going to make some noise too. Minnesota going to make some noise. They're going to make some big plays. But when it comes down to it, something's going to happen, man. Something is going to happen.
I like how you lined it out. See, the problem is that they don't, now you were right. This is where you're right, where you're wrong. They were right. You were right. They don't have anybody they can put on Justin Jefferson. Now, where you're wrong is you thought they had 2 or 3 guys they can put on. They don't have 2 or 3 guys they can put on Justin Jefferson. Chop. They don't. When you got one of them ones, Chop, how many guys can you put on Randy Moss? Don't matter. It's Randy. It's Jetta. It don't matter. It don't matter, man. He got somewhere to go and he's going. You know what I'm saying?
He got somewhere to go and he's going.
He got somewhere to go and he's going. He on the way to 2K. He on the way to 2K, man. He's still on track. He need what? I think I seen something said he needs like 136 yards a game.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
I got you. Don't worry about it, bro. You said you need it, and I got you.
But the point being, he's going for 150 and 2 touchdowns in this game.
Oof.
He's going for 150 and 2 touchdowns.
But is he your performer of the week? We're giving a lot of fantasy nuggets today, man.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I just had to fall in. I just had to fall in and get on your program. I wasn't gonna let you. You wasn't gonna talk about the 4th best running back in the NFC East and think I wasn't gonna talk about the number 1 receiver in the league.
He went from 2nd to 3rd to 4th.
He done lost another spot. He lost it. Hey, Zeke.
Only in his division though. He the 4th best in his division.
Hey, look, Zeke had a touchdown last week, man. Zeke got a touchdown last week, dog.
And it ain't even a running back from Washington. It's the second best running back in the Cowboys. That's crazy.
Hey, Zeke got a touchdown last week, dog. Hey, he had a touchdown last week. But I am taking Minnesota to win this game, man. I'm going 28-19. I don't 20 points is a real benchmark for these Giants, man. Like 20, and not even about Minnesota's defense, who like you said, man, they've flashed, but for the most part, they've like I said, you can go back and forth. You can get to a shootout with them. We've seen it numerous times. We've seen them get 40 balled at the crib twice. You know what I'm saying? So it can happen, but I just don't trust that.
They got 40 ball against Indianapolis, even though they won that one.
What up? You got 30 put on you. They won the game. You got 30. Well, you know what? They had a couple stuff going on. It was some stuff going on.
I got you.
In fairness, it was some stuff going on in that game. But still, I just like the Giants. I feel like the Giants, like I felt about Teddy Bridgewater's Broncos last year. 24 is a hard number, bro. If you can maybe get to 24, I don't know how many points you can get above 24. And then in a game like this one, where if Minnesota comes out, I really don't think they have any answer for Justin Jefferson. But they're not alone. It's 31 teams looking for an answer for Justin Jefferson, so it's all good. But when they come out and go up 14-0, and now you can't hand the ball to Saquon, you know what I'm saying? Like, what do we do now? And they just don't. They don't. There's no answer for them in that. You know what I'm saying? So I think, like I said, this one, if Minnesota comes out and gets 2 quick scores, that game's over. You know what I'm saying? And I think it could happen because I don't. Who's stopping Justin? And so 28-19, Minnesota at the crib. Yeah, man, I ain't gonna lie. I don't know what the next 2 games are for these Giants, bro, but it ain't getting one today. I'll tell you that.
All right. Well, hey, we're gonna see what happens, man. Both predictions already. Y'all know how we do, man. Yeah. That's what me and Willie Jack do, man. This is what it is, man. On to one more Willie Jack, and I think we're gonna pay some bills after that one, man. But we got to go to this next game, man. We got the Cincinnati Bengals traveling to New England to take on the Patriots in this one, man. Willie Jack, I'm gonna turn it over to you, man. Who you going in this one, man? Who you got?
Man, give me MVP Joe Burrow, man, for the dub. Nah, that's too strong. That's too strong, man. That's
not necessarily. Not necessarily. He got a chance.
He'd be my second guy, but I want Jalen Hurts to get this MVP. I do, because
Jalen Hurts better come back before the season over.
Well, I think he is. Well, I know he's out today. I don't think he sits to see. Well, no, you know what? You may be right. If they win today, then
it don't matter because they clinched that
the number 1 seed. If they win today, then there's no reason to bring them back. And so you're right.
But with all that being said, I think he still played well enough. If he did win, I mean, he still deserves it.
I think so as well. Honestly, when you come out and be as dominant as that team was front to back, you know what I'm saying? Now, is he the single most independent best quarterback or player in the league? No. Is he the single most valuable player to any team? Well, no, but that's not how the award works, though. Right. So we know how it works. And so by the criteria we've seen for the last 40 years, yeah, Jalen Hurts is your MVP. I don't want to see it change now. But yeah, man. But give me Joe Burrow and those guys, man, on the road against Bill and those Patriots, who I think sitting at 7 wins, ain't they, Chop?
They sitting right there, dog.
Yeah.
What you trying to tell me? Hey, man. What you trying to tell me? Let me know, man. You know what I'm saying? Let me know.
But no, they gonna get to where they need to get to, but they're not gonna do it today. Joe Burrow and those guys go on the road, they get it done, because this is championship. This is a championship level team in Cincinnati, and it starts with you gotta have one of those ones pulling the trigger at quarterback, and they do. So he can go on the road to New England in bad weather against Big Bad Bill. You know what I'm saying? And everything that entails. I don't have any problem taking him on the road in that style of environment. And I think they get it done, man. Very ugly, man, but he makes the plays to get it done. 24-23, Cincinnati on the road. I don't know what the weather is in that one specifically, but I'm
gonna tell you. Let me give it to you. Let me give it to you, brother. We got the weather is 14 degrees, feels like 0 degrees. So
it's 0 degrees. It's 0 degrees, man.
I was just going to say something, Willie Jack, because I never did understand it. It's this degrees, but it feels like this. If it feels like this, then it's this degrees.
That's what it is.
That's what it is. So it's 0 degrees, man. And that's from now on, the temperatures that I give you, it's going to be what it feels like. So it feels like 0. So 0 degrees. Exactly. Winds of 14 miles per hour with wind gusts of 21 miles per hour, man. So that could have an effect in this game. Have an effect in this game, Willie Jack. So there you go.
For sure. And the thing for New England, if they do get that run game going, because Ramondre Stevenson's been on a tear here of late, or at least coming off a very big game. Well, not the Raiders game, this last one, but he just went for like 170 yards. Was it 2 weeks ago? Week before last? He had a very big game. I want to say maybe it was week game before last.
Ramondre, no, it was the last game.
It was last. Okay,
he had a big game and they tricked it off when they tried to, when he had the long run, then he tossed it back.
And then he lateral. Yeah,
and then Toby Barnes threw a dime to Chandler.
Dime for real.
A dime.
But yeah, like I said, so in the weather at home, you know, and if he's cooking, because that defense we've seen, man, they can be an issue. Matt Judine, Josh Uche on the other side had like 3 sacks just like 2 games ago. You know what I mean? So that defense is still feisty and can get after it. But man, if you tell me one team's got a guy and the other one doesn't, I'm taking the guy all day long. Give me Joe Burrow. Jamar Chase is back. That Bengals defense has actually been putting up some fight as well. And so I think they get this done in an ugly old school Bill Belichick game. 24-23. Give me Joe Burrow on the road.
Gotcha. Gotcha. And I'm going Cincinnati in this game as well, man. Now because of the weather in this game, it does scare me a little bit in terms of game planning and how these teams will attack each other. Because Bill Belichick, all he needs is a little bit of an advantage, in terms of you can't really just haul off and explode and throw the ball down the field against me. You take away one of Cincinnati's best parts of their offense. You know what I'm saying, as far as their explosiveness. Oh man, and one thing about Bill Belichick's team, even with the mistake last week, they tackle. They can tackle. You know what I'm saying? If they can't do nothing else, they tackle well. They game tackle. They all run into the ball. You know what I'm saying? And they just tackle well. So I don't know if we're going to see any of those short 7-yard passes or 10-yard stops. To a Jamar Chase where he can take it 60 to the house. You know what I'm saying? Cincinnati's going to have to go the long way. You know what I'm saying, to get these touchdowns in this game. And we know on the other side of that, New England, they still love to run the ball. They're going to continue to run the ball against the Cincinnati defense. So I expect this to be a hard-nosed, hard-fought, physical game. Actually, I'm going to go lower scoring game in this one, man. But I'm still going Cincinnati, man. Give me Cincinnati in this game, 20-17, man. Close game, but Cincinnati is able to pull it off. Like you said, Willie Jack, they still got all their guys, and I think those guys are the difference in this particular game, and they come away with it. So Cincinnati 20, New England 17 in New England, man, to take care of business. Now, before we move on to the rest of the games, Willie Jack, man, I think it's about the time you talk to him, man. Time you talk to him, let him know, pay these bills, man, and let him know what's going on, sir.
Hey, without further ado, man, like my dog just said, man, today's episode of Chop Willie in the Morning, special Christmas Eve edition on Saturday morning, brought to you by the handsome and intelligent young man of Let the Film Speak, Wednesday, 7 o'clock. Tune in if you want to. But yeah, hey, without further ado, man, shout out to the three amigos, man. Come on, man. Y'all say with me, man. Like, share, subscribe. That's a 3-piece spicy. It's 3 the hard way. Where can we start on the holiday season and not start at the very top with who was here keeping these lights on from the get-go? That's the three amigos, man. That's the three amigos, man. That's the OG, man. You got to love, respect your OGs, man, especially around the holidays. Tap in with your dog. When you get to the building, you ring my bell. You know what I'm saying? You highlight the concierge. He gonna send you up to the player penthouse at the top. You come in, you walk in, you introduce yourself. What's going on, big dog? Still Nation in the building. What's happening? You know what I'm saying? Dog, what's up? Come sit down, chill with your boy. You want something to drink? Get real comfortable, boy, because it's game day. Kick it with your dogs, man. Like, share, subscribe. 3 the hard way. 3-piece spike. You cannot go wrong. I'm gonna say it again. Like, share, and subscribe. Sundays, 10 o'clock. Today, Saturday, 10 o'clock for Christmas Eve. Everybody have a happy and fun, safe holiday season. And now back to the regularly scheduled programming.
All right, Willie Jack, man. On to the next one, man. We got the Detroit Lions going to Carolina to take on the Panthers, man. And the Detroit Lions are hot right now. They're hot right now. They're playing some really good ball. My dog Willie Jack already told you, man. They walking 30. They are walking 30. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think that stops today, man. I think they pull up 30 in this game against the Panthers, man. And I got Detroit, man. I got Detroit winning this one. The Panthers, the one thing about the Panthers, their defense is playing solid. You know what I'm saying? They playing some pretty good ball. But the Lions, man, that run defense has stepped up a lot. You know what I'm saying? The last few games, they have stopped just about everybody that they came across, in terms of the run game. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think that stops today. I don't think Chuba Hubbard or Deontay Foreman have as big of a role in this game because I think they're taken out of this game. I think Detroit does a good job of taking them away in this game. So it's going to be on Sam Darnold, man. It's going to be on Sam Darnold. And not that he can't get the job done against this Detroit defense, but I don't trust him to get it done. I don't trust him to be able to keep up with this Detroit offense because the Detroit offense is legit. You know what I'm saying? So I got Detroit offense in this game, and I got the Lions come away with this victory. Give them 30. Give them 30 on the nose, Willie Jack.
There you go. Come on, man.
30-21. Final score of this game. Carolina is able to make, get into the end zone, a couple of times. But they, like I said, they're not able to keep up. Sam Darnold makes some crucial turnovers coming on down the stretch in this game with the L. So give me Detroit in this game.
Now, I'm doing the same thing. I'm taking Detroit on the road, man, 30-16. I don't feel good about 20 points for Carolina because outside of Deontay Foreman, I don't know how they score points. And so Sam Darnold hasn't shown me he can get the ball into DJ Moore's hands and definitely not getting his hands for touchdowns. And so it's kind of Deontay Foreman. Is it Deontay or is it no, just Dante? Excuse me. Dante Foreman. Dante Foreman the bust. And so now the credit to that Detroit Lions defense because they were absolute poo for about 9 weeks. But they've been they're not scaring anyone, but they are playing better. And so, especially the pass rush, I'm excited to see if James Houston, defensive end, the guy came for JSU, man, for Coach Deion Sanders' former coach Deion Sanders' first year there. So he's been really came on here late in the stretch, man. He's got a streak of like 4 sacks in 5 games, or maybe it's 5 sacks in 4 games, or something to that effect. But definitely making an impact and his name known. So I'm hoping he gets his name on the stat sheet again today. Ada Hutchinson as well. And so that Lions defense now is kind of coming along. But just like you said, man, Detroit's going to 30 and Carolina ain't got enough gas to get there. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're short of special teams turnover, a crazy turnover, pick 6, fumble recovery, something like that. I don't see how they crack 21 points. And like I said, I just don't think they keep up. Biggest hope for them, you come in, you're at home, maybe you get the ball to start, and you get a long 12 play drive with Dante Foreman punching it in for the touchdown to set it, and really kind of seize the game that way and make it a slow, ugly affair that way. But outside of something like that, man, Detroit, like I said, once they get in the gear, they pull off from these boys. And I got it 30-16 on the road.
30-16 on the road. Cool. All right, Willie Jack. Well, let's keep on pushing, man. We got another game, man. Another one in Baltimore, man. Your rivalries, the rivalries of Pittsburgh, man. We got the Atlanta Falcons going to Baltimore to take on the Ravens, man. And who you got in this one, Willie Jack?
I'm taking Baltimore at home. So Tyler Huntley, he's starting this. Yeah. Tyler Huntley's still suiting up in this one as well. But that for me is fine. You know, I really don't. I mean, you lose high end from going to Huntley to Lamar, of course, but the floor don't change as much to me. I mean, if their floor was on the 6th floor, now they on the 5th. I mean, they don't drop out the window at all. I don't think with Huntley from what we've seen from so far. And then plus you still got Atlanta. I believe they're running it back with Ritter. So I think Mariota stepped away from the team. You know what I mean, or something. So they're gonna play this thing on out with Ritter on the road in Baltimore. Tyler Huntley in that run game get it done. 23-13. This does have a chance to be a game that maybe Atlanta can stick around in and stay competitive, like I said, with their own run game. But the only thing is, in seeing Ritter last week, he doesn't necessarily contribute to that run game much like the way Mariota did. And so even if they're both going to pass for 130 yards, which Ritter probably is, same thing like Mariota. Difference is Mariota can give you anywhere between 50 and 70 rushing yards and maybe a rushing touchdown in that game as well. And so we haven't seen that from Ritter. And so I'm going 23-13. And then also, man, Roquan Smith is looking like an absolute animal since he came over and put on that black and purple jersey. It was exactly what I was worried about when there was first talks about Roquan Smith leaving Chicago. One of the first names I threw out was Baltimore. That'd be a nightmare. Don't want to see it. And then it happened. And then we've seen what he's done to that defense in the 6 weeks since he's been there. And so playing like a madman, this game, like I said, in a game where both these teams want to have 40 rushing attempts. And if you tell me Atlanta's going to be forced to run the ball 40 times, I'll take Roquan Smith and the rest of that defense all day long if you tell me they ain't got to worry about covering nobody in the back end. And so, I'll take Baltimore at home 23-13.
Gotcha. And I'm going Baltimore in this game too, Willie Jack. But I got this being pretty much I don't. It's hard to shut anybody out. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna call it a shutout. You know what? What? I mean, why? Shut out. This is a shutout in this game. Baltimore Ravens, man, they are a top 3 rush defense in the league. You know what I'm saying? And the next team after Baltimore, as far as rushing yards per game, is 15 yards behind them. You know what I'm saying? You got Tennessee, you got Baltimore, and you got San Francisco. Those are top rushing defenses in the league. I didn't name them in order, by the way, because Baltimore is number 3. Mm-hmm. And they all giving up less than 100 yards a game. I think for Baltimore, it's like 85 rushing yards a game. Mm-hmm. The next team after that is giving up 20 yards, 105 rushing yards a game. You know what I'm saying? So those 3 rushing defenses are elite. You know what I'm saying? So rushing the ball or running the ball, I don't think they have much coming, you know what I'm saying, in terms of Atlanta in this game. On the other side of it, quiet as Kip, I know we've been giving a lot of praise to, Sauce Gardner, the Pat Surtains. We talked about what's my guy in Carolina, the
J.C. Horn.
J.C. Horns. We talked about Trayvon Diggs. You know what I'm saying? We talked about a lot of these top corners in the NFL, but, Marlon Humphrey is playing some really good ball too. You know what I'm saying? And he's going to see a lot of Drake London. So, Drake London, I'm sorry, man, but, hey, it's going to be a rough one for you too. So I don't really see any way that Atlanta is able to put up many points, if any, in this particular game. I expect Baltimore to come out in this game and fully dominate on the defensive end and not allow Atlanta to do much. And then on the other side of it, they're able to do just enough. You know what I'm saying? So I don't see them coming up and putting up a whole bunch of points, but give Baltimore 20 in this game. 20-0 final score in this game. Baltimore shuts out Atlanta, man. They take care of business. You know what I'm saying? Their defense does do their thing. Raquan Smith, he continues to play some really, really good ball, play all pro level ball. And Baltimore ends up they shut these guys out, man, to take care of business. So
now hold on. Here's a question for you.
Talk to me.
Where does Atlanta rank in rushing offense? I think they also top 3. So this is big on big. This is strong on strong. Chris Lindstrom, the guard for the Falcons, not quite as kept. He may be the best guard in football.
They are top 3. They are top 3. They are.
I know. That's what I'm saying. So it's strong on strong now. So this is what they do best against what you do best. And like I said, that I think because Tyler Algier, Cordell Patterson, that offensive line, not having Mariota in this game may have been up to swinging. No, I ain't gonna.
I think that's the difference because I think Mariota added a different element to that rushing offense. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, and see they're missing that third leg. They're missing that third.
Because all the top 4 teams, in rushing all have really legit rushing quarterbacks. You got Chicago Bears with Justin Fields, Baltimore Ravens with Lamar or Tyler Huntley, and then you had Atlanta with Mariota, and then right behind that is Philadelphia with
Jalen Hurts. That's what I was gonna say. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So. That I think that's going to make a big difference. Ritter can run. Ritter has a little bit of athletic.
Well, he timed decent enough, but even in college he wasn't. Even in college he wasn't a runner, and so that is the drawback there. But yeah, man, 20-0, man, that's
20-0, man. I live for this.
Yeah. You may be on the stuff now. Now I got to think they at least get one. Man. Algier and Patterson, because they, like I said, in that run game, I got to think they at least get in the paint one time. I got to get in the paint one time. Cordell Patterson also is going to be a factor in the return game. He might break one, get good position. I think they at least get in the paint once. And then I got to get in 13. But yeah, it's gonna be. You know what? This would be one to look back on and to see how this season turned out, and then kind of revisit the conversation we had. Where do you ride it out with Mariota because you still had a loose run at that division or not? And like I said, so now we've seen the decision they made. We'll see how it plays out, but
for sure,
interesting stuff.
That's good. We definitely come back to that one, Willie Jack. Definitely come back to that one. On to the next one, man. And before we jump into that, man, we got Say So in the building, man. He said, my guys, happy holidays to y'all and y'all families. Happy holidays to you too, sir, man. We appreciate you for tuning in, man, and checking us out, man. We got a few more games left, man. So, hey, man, definitely appreciate you for tapping in with your boys, man. Appreciate that. On to the next one, Willie Jack. We got the Washington Commanders going to San Francisco to take on the World Oil Machines. I mean, the 49ers, my bad.
That's a good one.
The Commanders going to take on San Francisco, man, in this game. And, hey, man, it's going to be a rough one for Washington, man. It's going to be a rough one for them because they still – hey, man, Shanahan's got it going. Now, they will be without Debo. He'll be out this game. But I still think they won't have enough to take care of this 49ers team. Brock Purdy still playing some good ball, and again, as I said, week in and week out, man, just go into this game and don't turn the ball over, don't mess up, man. Just take what the defense is giving you, and your offense is gonna work within itself. You know what I'm saying? You still got your boy George Kittle. They unlocked him since Debo's out, so I expect George Kittle to have a huge impact in this game. And I expect C-Mac to be all over the field again. You know what I'm saying? They continue to use him in all the different ways that he's capable of being used, and he's looking real good in this offense, man. And along with Brandon Ayuk, man, looking like a really good number 2 receiver or 2-1. I don't know what you want to call them, however you want to call them in this particular offense. But they look good. The offense is looking good, and the defense is really good, man. The defense is not allowing much. Their run defense is really good too. As I just talked about. So I got San Francisco taking control of this game. Now, one thing I do want to see from Washington, too, is Chase Young is back, man. Chase Young is back. He's healthy. He's in the lineup. He will be starting this game, so I will be watching and see what he looks like. You know, we know the talent, you know, that he was capable of being, you know, coming into the draft and the rookie year that he had. But now, you know, going into this season, coming back now, is he going to have a huge impact on this game? You know what I'm saying? Because he's going to have his work cut out for him. I don't know if he's going to be lined up on the same side of Trent Williams, but if he is, you know what I'm saying, that's going to be a work. That's going to be a matchup to look at, man. So I'll be watching that game for one of those reasons. But all in all, give me San Francisco in this game. I mean, give me the World Oil Machines. Final score, they're going to win this one. Give them 27. I give them 27 in this game. 27. 27-16. 27-16. They win this game over Washington, take care of business. And they already clinched the division, but they continue to roll and try to move up their spot in terms of seeding in the NFC.
No, and I think you're exactly right, man. And I changed my score on it. Of course, I'm taking San Francisco to win the game. I changed my score a little bit. I've got 28-20. And honestly, the more and more I listen to you talk about it, man, I don't even feel good about that 20, giving the football team 20. You know what I mean? Like, because that's 2 touchdowns, 2 field goals. And, man, Brian Robinson's going to run on this 49ers defense? No. You know what I'm saying? Like, Tyler Heineke's going to throw 2 touchdown passes on this 49ers defense? Not likely. You know what I'm saying? Not likely. You know what I mean? Maybe Scary Terry. I mean, he's good for like a 40-yard prayer once a game to Scary Terry, man. Normally in the closing moments, something like that to get him down to score some type of touchdown, but that still just buys you 1. So that 20 don't feel good. But everything else, though, man, I'm gonna go ahead and ride out. But yeah, C-Mac, man, it's a walking 150. And he's still getting back. Because I used to tell y'all he was a walking 2. Right now, he's a walking 150. Wait till the boy get comfortable. You know what I'm saying? He's still a walking 150. Debo going down definitely shows us. They weren't scared to lean on him last week. You know what I'm saying? We seen it. And so, 26 carries, over 100 yards, had another 6 catches, something like that. It looked like 2018 all over again. You know what I mean? So I definitely like to see it. And I think it's good as well because, like I said, they need to kind of really solidify and figure out exactly what they have in all these new pieces as they go in. Brock Purdy, man, doing what he asked him to do, man. Chop told y'all, man, well-oiled machine. And, man, hey, man, when you're right, you're right. Hey, Chop said it and he's right. Now, it doesn't mean I was wrong about Brock Purdy. It just means that Brock Purdy is Tom Brady. And so, like I said, man, I said, hey, man.
Hey, man, y'all gonna learn today, man. I'm still working on teaching Willie Jack, man. He ain't understand.
But honestly, they do look good. They do. They look very good. Like I said, the well-oiled machine, man. That's a very good analogy, man. Because that's what it looks like, man. It's business as usual. Still playing with probably, like I said, the top defense in the league. Probably shout out to D'Amico Ryans, man. Nick Bosa, man. Probably, man. That defensive player of the year, man. It's looking like he's probably gonna be the guy, man. I mean, it's still time him. Michael's got something to say about that, especially in the big one today. But yeah, man. So if not the defensive player of the year, he's the defensive player of the NFC for sure. And so look for him to have a day in this one. I do want to see what Chase Young looks like finally getting back. Man, you build guys like that in laboratories, and so hopefully he gets back and turns to the player that we expect him to be. But yeah, all told, man, San Francisco gets this done 28-20.
Gotcha. All right, Willie Jack. Let's go on to the Sunday night game, man. Your boys, man. We got oh, my bad. I pushed the wrong button. But we got the Las Vegas Raiders traveling to Pittsburgh, man, to take on the Steelers. Willie Jack.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna get my Steelers the dub in this one, man. At home, Christmas Eve, Christmas night. The Raiders coming in after a very emotional and unexpected win against Bill Belichick's Patriots. We kind of touched on it. You know what I'm saying, with the play that I'm sure everybody's seen now on any social media as a meme or a reel or clip. But I'm going to take Pittsburgh to win. My young kid, Kenny Pickett, he's back from concussion protocol now. He will be officially starting in this game as well. And the key for us is going to be turnover-free football. So we had got on a little bit of a little mini win streak, so to say, 3 games or so. And the biggest thing the biggest change in that little spurt where we were playing was stacking wins, no turnovers, and we found a running game. And so Trubisky comes in, 3 turnovers in the end zone later. We get another loss in a very winnable game, but we've got the young guy back. He is at home. And like I said, man, I mean, playoffs for us, man, it's not official, but it's almost a foregone conclusion at this point. Yeah. But I'm still holding on for Coach Tomlin's his winning streak. Now, I want Coach T to get his 9 wins because he deserves it. All right, I don't want this broken because we just couldn't put a good team around him, man. It's rebuild. And I want our rebuild to be 9 wins. I want him to keep it going. I think he can. 24-21 is where I'm going with this game. And just like I said, clean turnover-free football for Kenny Pickett, which is what he had been giving us before sitting out. And then our kind of newfound running game. Najee's running with tangible angst. You know what I'm saying? I feel his anger when he's running on screen. He is looking to punish boys. He's not dodging any type of wreck in the hole. He's not dodging any type of wreck finishing off man. He purposely went and tried to charge and run down. Was it
Somebody at the end zone, around
yeah, exactly. Yeah, the Panthers, yeah. No reason at all. Walking to the end zone, he's like, hold on, no, there's somebody over in the wrong jersey. No, he got to come see me. Like, he's out there looking for all work. Yeah, so he's out there running, looking for all work, and I love to see that for sure. And like I said, so getting back to that run game, Kenny Pickett staying clean as far as turnovers on the offense, and then like I said, our defense was just still been a little up and down, but especially against a Raiders team that's been up and down as well. They're going to definitely give us some chances to really to either get one away from Derek Carr because he's been a little up and down, or man, yeah, it's just. This is a very winnable game for my Steelers, and I hope they do so. So I'm going 24-21, man. Keep the streak alive, Pittsburgh. Give me 9 wins for Coach T.
Gotcha. My boy Say-So came in, man. He said he got Raiders in this one, man, 20-17. And you know what, Say-So? I like that, man. I like that. But said I'm gonna put extra 4 points on that, man. Give me Raiders 24-17 in this game, Willie Jack. I apologize to my fellow partner, man, my co-host in this game, man.
Willie Jack. Don't apologize to me. I appreciate spreading my
hey, look, I apologize to you, sir. You know what I'm saying? I know this was gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. You know what I'm saying? And when we come back on this show Wednesday, you're gonna be like, but it's all good, though. It's all good. Hey.
One thing, man, I forgot to say Sunday, and I should have said this. This is the 50th anniversary of the Immaculate Reception game. At this game, we were officially retiring the jersey of Franco Harris, longtime Super Bowl running back from the 70s teams. And then sad news for the Steelers Nation. He passed away 2 days ago. I want to say it was 2 days ago. 2 days short of a day, man, where he was going to be honored for one of the greatest plays in the history of football. That play is considered the spark of that dynasty because that was the AFC Championship game. We needed that. We were down. The Raiders were a real force in the 70s. You know what I mean? And so that was the match that started a fire. You know what I mean? So we get that win. We go on. We win our first Super Bowl, and then, like I said, we win 3 more in the next 5 years. And so. Sad day for Steelers Nation, man. Sad passing for you, sir. Man, condolences to you and your family. And man, very unfortunate for Steelers Nation, man. You won't be able to be here for what was built to be such a momentous and spectacular celebration of what you did for the organization, man. So very sad to see that you won't be there as well. But hopefully you're there in spirit, and hopefully, man, your family enjoys that for you.
And sad, I'm going Pittsburgh in this game, dog.
You done changed the
Yeah, because here's the thing, man.
He changed that. Hey, you know Mike T gonna have them boys fired up, man. You know this type of Mike
T. They not. I don't know if it matter who they would have played today. I don't care if it was KC, whoever. I think they'd have came away with this W because off the strength that they're not losing this game. You know what I'm saying? Man. You're coming off this tragic incident, man. I've seen it multiple times in multiple. Sports. I gotta go Pittsburgh, man. They not losing this game. You know what I'm saying? You talking about, the Hall of Fame, the induction of the Immaculate Reception. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, they not losing this game. And I think it's for that's the main reason why. This team is gonna be fired up, man. There's no way they letting them down in this game, letting down this family. Like you said, condolences to him and to his family, man. And everybody around that situation, the Steelers and Steeler Nation and all that, man. That stadium is gonna be ready to go. They're gonna be riled up. They're gonna be ready to go. It's gonna be tough for the Raiders. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a long day. It's gonna be physical. It's gonna be a lot of hitting. You know what I'm saying? Guys is gonna be passionate in this game and ready to go. Man. You know, and so, I can't give them. I figured it was gonna be a close game. In a competitive game, but with a little bit added to this, and the history involved in this one. Steelers gonna come.
I ain't gonna lie, bro.
I'm gonna still leave it the same, man. I'm gonna still go 24-17, but it's the other way around. I got Steelers winning this one, man.
No, I got you. But I ain't gonna lie, like that's the same way I felt. Like, nah, we ain't losing this one, bro. Like, Mike Tomlin feeds off of like this type of things he used to really galvanize the guys. You know what I'm saying? He might pull them Black Tims back out. They might be back. The Black Forces might be back out this week. You know what I'm saying? So I think we come out there.
I ain't taking that deal, bro. I ain't taking that deal.
I appreciate you coming to your senses, dog. Man, let's go.
I was about to, man, but hey, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't do it, man. I couldn't do it. On to the next game, Willie Jack, and that was we're gonna go to some of these Christmas
Day games. Game, though, yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna go to the Christmas Day games, man. And the games is happening on Sunday. And the first game on the slate for Sunday, man, we got the Green Bay Packers going to Miami to take on the Dolphins. And this one is a very interesting game here, Willie Jack. You got this Miami team, have kind of came down just a little bit in terms of, the way we talked about them, their explosiveness and all the different plays they were able to make week in and week out. And you got this Green Bay team coming off of 2 games straight. The question is, can Green Bay ride those 2 games of momentum into this game and really put up a good fight against this a solid Miami team? One thing about Miami is that the run defense is really good, and they got some good cover guys on the back end. The thing we've been saying all year round about the Packers is they run the ball, but yet their weapons and their chemistry with Aaron Rodgers and the receivers, it's been, they're struggling a little bit too. You know what I'm saying? So I think that is going to be the key in the game. I do expect Miami to stand up strong against this run offense of the Green Bay Packers. They also may be without AJ Dillon, the second part of that 2-headed monster. So I think they could be something, but they also have Romeo Doubs and Kristen Watson back. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be a battle. I expect this to be a battle in this particular game. But overall, I think this Miami team and their offense, the way that they're constructed and the way that they can, make plays happen at the drop of a dime, I think that's going to be the difference, and the reason why the Miami comes away with this W in a close one, man. In a close one, it could be a few points scored in this game, man. So give me 30-27. 30-27, Miami over Green Bay in a close one. I think Packers do put up a fight, but they come away with the ill, when the game is on the line, and Miami come away with this one, man.
I got you. And I'm also taking Miami in this game at home. And this is kind of what we were talking about, probably 3 or 4 weeks ago. Like, this is the part of the season where Green Bay had those 2 winnable games, which they end up winning. And then the finish of the season, they pick back, the competition picks back right back up. This Miami trip on the road as well to Miami, which is also very key. It's a difficult trip to make, especially on a team where offense isn't guaranteed in Green Bay at all. I'm not gonna lie, man. 27 feels like a lot of points to put on Ryan to go out there and duke it out. I guess with a Miami team that's still looking to kind of regain their balance and effectively, kind of re-steady themselves and make a real final push to cement themselves a ticket to the playoff dance, and then kind of get back to with the team that they had looked to be to start this season, the first 10 weeks of this year. Anyway, I'm still taking Miami at home. I'm going 27-23. In this game. And honestly, I just same thing I said about Denver, same thing I said just a minute ago about who was that? The Giants. 24 feels like a hard ass for these Packers offense. Like, I don't feel good about anything. I don't feel good plus 24 points if I'm talking about Packers offensive football. And so now Miami on the other side, they're no longer a walking 30, but they are still a team that at any given time, especially with the right matchup, that they could take off and run. So they could take off and they can embarrass you if it gets to that point. And so, that Packers defense up and down as well. All told, like I said, I just think they get outgunned when it's all said and done. I'm taking Miami at home 27-23.
Gotcha. All right, Willie Jack. All right. On to the next one, man. Going to the second game on that Sunday games play on the Christmas slate. We got Denver, the Denver Broncos going to Los Angeles to take on the Rams. And Willie Jack, I was close. I was close in this one, man. This was a good one. And I felt like I can't do it, bro. I can't do it. And Isaiah came back in the building, man. He talked about the Packers.
And he said you got the Packers winning it. Okay, give me the score, big dog.
Yeah, throw your score in there, Isaiah. Go throw your score in there, man. But I'm going Denver in this game, man. And I can't do it, man. I can't do it. I was close to picking the Rams. I think this is a good matchup for the Rams in terms of what Denver's been able to do all year and what Los Angeles Rams has been doing. One thing Sean McVay can still do is he can still put together a good game plan. Oh God.
Man, what's he know that we don't know? What does he know that we don't know?
Hold on.
He got it. Is that not? That's not Dolphins 34. Packers 7. Like
that's Packers. He got Packers 34-17. Look, man, here we go. Let me finish this
one
off.
Who's scoring those touchdowns?
We're gonna have to talk to him. But here we go.
Who's scoring the touchdowns? That's 4 touchdowns. Who's scoring 4 touchdowns on that Packers offense? Hey, you got to talk to me, bro. Man, you got to talk to me, bro. Christian Watson might be good for a random one. Okay, here we go. Oh, Aaron Jones with a big day. Oh, I like. Okay, give me some real analysis. Isaiah, let's go. He said Isaiah Jones has a field day. So does Christian Watson. Field day. Christian Watson is a. Oh wait.
Xavier Howard.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah, is he out?
I don't see him being out.
I didn't think so.
I don't see him being out.
Okay, that's what I was just gonna say. Like, hell, how long is he out? And I didn't know it.
Nope, he's not out. He's here. He's there, man.
Oh yeah, no. Christian Watson might he's good for like an 8-yard in that he can catch and run and outrun in man coverage, and so whoever's trailing him can catch up and he can hit one. We've seen it happen. The first catch he got from Jordan Love was the same thing, an 8-yard in route. And a guy trailing him in man, he takes off and can't be caught, outruns every angle. Maybe he's good for one of those. Or maybe he does stretch the field early and he catches a 60-yard bomb from A-Rod instead of dropping an easy touchdown. Maybe I'll give you one of those two things happening for one touchdown for Christian Watson. Aaron Jones and field day, I think that's a little strong. I like that front seven, especially since like Bradley Chubb getting over there to that front seven. I think strengthened the run defense for one, as well as adding whatever he can in the pad rush. But man, I don't know, man. And on the road in Miami, man, I don't know, man.
Don't worry about it. It ain't happening. Don't worry about it, Willie Jack. You ain't got to wrap your brain. Try to wrap your brain about it. Around that one, bro. You good. You straight.
Yeah, I don't know, big dog.
But look, man, we got Denver going to Los Angeles to take on the Rams, man. And I'm like I said, man, I'm going Denver in this game, and I just can't trust Baker Mayfield against a good defense like that, a good pass defense in that. You know what I'm saying? Justin Simmons and Pat Surtain are playing, at some of the top ball. You know what I'm saying? And so it's gonna be hard for them to actually, to be able to do anything on their offense. Now the run game, they may be able to get a little bit going there, but I don't see them getting much going on their offense in terms of what the Rams have. And then on for Denver side, the last couple games, man, they've been putting up a few more points. Now, this is gonna be a low scoring game, but I think Denver is able to take care of business and do just a little bit more to take care of the Rams in this one, man. So give me Denver 20-13 final score in this game. They're able to shut down Baker Mayfield in this offense, and they're able to find their way into the end zone, riding Latavius Murray as they've been continuing to do, in previous games. So that's what I see in this game. Willie Jack, what about you, man? Did you want to your boy a little bit more? What you got, man?
Yeah, man. I ain't gonna lie. This one for me, I didn't pick yet as well, man, because I went back and forth with this as well. There's just nobody out there for Baker to play with, man. There's just nobody out there for Baker to play with. We got Ben Skriniak, we got Tutu Atwell, we got Cam Akers. And that's it. Like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, so there's just not much out there. Russ is back in this game for Denver, right?
I'll tell you, don't worry about it. That Russell Wilson is back. Russell Wilson is back.
And Russ is back. I mean, it's not if it was Brett Rypien, and I know I said this last week, and Brett Rypien went out there and put it on Colt McCoy and the Cardinals. I know I said it last time, but if this is Brett Rypien, man, I wanted to go Big Baker in these rounds in this one, man. I really did, Chop.
This game really ain't that far apart, in terms of score wise or talent wise.
It just really ain't. Look, man.
I just don't trust Baker Mayfield against the defense. I just don't.
Give me Big Baker to win at home, man. On Christmas,
that boy do for like 90 yards. I mean, he for like 103 last week.
24-23 Rams. 24-23 Rams at home on Christmas morning, man, Christmas afternoon.
I appreciate it. I never told you. I appreciate you, bro.
Hey, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm a rock like that, man. Give me Big Bake, man, on Christmas morning, man. 23-24. 23-24. And what I do expect to be a very deep a defensive struggle of a game on both sides. The Rams are still playing. They're still playing good defense. I mean, they're still playing solid defense. They're not a pushover by any means, especially when you got a Denver team that outside of like one humbug week can't score points. They haven't been able to get off the ground. Latavius Murray did come off probably his best game of his career last week. You got Russell Wilson coming back. in this game. I think the game before his injury, he had got something going with Jerry Jeudy, threw him 3 touchdown passes in the same game. And so I'd say, man, I'm going to take the Rams, man. I'm taking Baker Mayfield, man. Maybe it's a little bit more of my heart than my head, but Big Bake got to get me one, man. Give me one on Christmas. Give me one on Christmas, man, and do it in heroic fashion. 24-23, man. Big Bake one more time, man, to get one in the clutch moment to pull away a dub.
I'm gonna tell you right there. I agree with Isaiah, man. I don't see both teams putting up over 20, man. I'm gonna put it like that, man. I don't see both teams putting up.
What was your score?
20-13.
Oh, 2013, yeah.
2013, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I feel like it's gonna be, man. I don't see teams putting up that.
Man, I know, man. It's just hard. Like if the Rams had any weapons, I would feel way better about that. Ben Skriniak, Tutu Atwell, and Cam Akers, dog.
And Van Jefferson.
Who?
You heard me.
Who? Man, I mean, I know Van Jefferson from Florida. I liked him. He ran routes. But if unless you're telling me he's my third option, he ain't nobody. Because he's the number one option on this team. So that means well, that's disrespectful. I should be rude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you disrespectful to my team right now, bro.
I took him to win. What you took him to lose?
Hey, okay.
Hey, all right. I'm gonna ride with Big Bake right now, man. I don't feel good about it. I don't. Merry Christmas, Chop. There you go. You my dog, man. I'm gonna go ahead and let Big Bake ride, man. 24-23. There you go. Don't say I never did nothing for you, boy.
You better stop saying Merry Christmas, man, because boy gonna be right there with you in a few moments. In a few moments, I'm gonna be right there with you, bro.
No, I got a little room. Well, I done gave you 2. That's all. It's just 2. I got 6. You know what I mean?
Well, on to the next one, man. Tom, what's up with you, man? Tom just stepped in the building, man.
The building. What's going on, dog?
We got the last.
Happy birthday to our dog, man. That's day 1 game, man. Happy birthday to our dog, Tom, man. Happy belated, man. He had a birthday a couple days ago, man. Hey, we appreciate you always, big dog. Yeah, shout out to our dog, man.
Gotcha, man. Well, let's go to Tampa Bay, man. I mean, not Tampa Bay. Let's go to Arizona, man. Where the Bucks, they go to Arizona to take on the Cardinals. Willie Jack, who you got in this one, man?
Yeah, give me Tom Brady and them on the road. Man, I don't feel good about not many of these Christmas games at all. Kyler Murray, of course, out for the season, so you got Colt McCoy. Tampa Bay, I almost feel like I'm picking Tampa Bay by default because I'm picking Tom Brady over Colt McCoy. I really thought Colt McCoy had a chance to get. I was hoping he would just. Well, I picked them to win against Denver. Of course, that didn't work out. I took Colt McCoy over Brett Rypien. But either way, man, I can't take Colt McCoy over Tom Brady. Even Tom Brady on this with this anticlimactic into his career, or as it's being reported. And so, man, what a way to go for Tom, man. But I do think he gets this one done on the road. Man, now I got to give you a score. Here's the thing about Arizona. They're a very aggressive defense, blitz and get after you. Man, and so they've got a chance to really, if they get home and get some pause on time, man. Like I said, man, all bets are off as always. But I'm gonna take Tom Brady and those boys on the road. I'm gonna go. I don't feel good about either. I don't feel good about this at all either, Chop. Give me 24-21. 24-21 in a I guess that 3-point game, man, because that qualifies as a shootout. I think it's gonna be a close, ugly game that Tom Brady and those boys pull out and win.
No, they ain't no shootout, dog.
They ain't no shootout, cuz. I think it is a close, ugly game. I'm not excited to watch that game at all, but I think it's gonna be a close, ugly game. If I got to bet on one, I'm gonna pick Tom Brady to see if they get it done, man, on the road. But yeah, 24-21, and see if Tom Brady and those boys can limp their way to a playoff appearance and finish this season on out.
Gotcha. And I got Tampa Bay in this game too, Willie Jack. I think they're able to do what they need to do. It's crazy. Now people think of it. Think about it, but Tom Brady threw for over 300 yards and 3 touchdowns last week. That's the crazy. You definitely couldn't tell. Definitely. And I think the one thing that Tampa Bay has to do in this game is clean up mistakes, because that was the reason they lost the game last week against Cincinnati. They went up ahead. They were on fire. They were doing what they were supposed to do.
Came out hot, exactly.
But then they gave the game away. Tom Brady fumble, an interception, another fumble. Like, it was just mistake after mistake. A fake punt fail. I mean, like, it was just a lot of things that happened back to back that caused Tampa Bay to give this game away. You know what I'm saying? So they eliminate those mistakes. I think they take care of business easily in this game. You know what I'm saying? So I'm leaning a little bit more towards what Isaiah was saying, but I'm going 34 though. I'm going 34-17 final score in this game, man. Tampa Bay comes away with the W, and I think they're able to take care of business and make it easy, man. Make it easy, do what they're supposed to do. And this is a game they win easily, and they go take back control of that NFC division, man. Because like I said, I think I got New Orleans losing against Cleveland in that cold weather game. You know what I'm saying? You got Atlanta losing, and then you got Carolina losing. You know what I'm saying? So they go back 2 games ahead, which puts them in a strong spot to go away with this division, man. So that's what I got in this game, man. 34-17. On to our Monday night game, Willie Jack. Monday night, man, we got the Los Angeles Chargers going to Indianapolis to take on the Colts, man. And give me the Chargers, man. The Chargers, they're peaking at the right time, man. They playing some of the better ball at the right moment, you know, and I think they continue to roll on that, man. And sometimes that's just what it's about, man. It's about who can get hot at the right time. And right now, this Chargers team is getting hot. You know what I'm saying? Herbert is starting to step up a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Eckler is still continuing to do his thing and have his impact on it. They also developed. It's looking more like a 2-headed monster over there with Eckler and Kelly, the running back Joshua Kelly, because Joshua Kelly is getting a lot more of those in between the tackle carries, man, and he's actually running the ball pretty well. You know what I'm saying? So he's doing his thing there. Of course, the Keenan Allen, Herbert to Keenan Allen connection continues to play to do what they're supposed to do. Isaiah's calling a trap game on his team. Woo!
He stole my thunder. I was gonna say the same thing, bro. This one has upsets all over it for me, bro. This one has upset all over it for me. Yeah, go ahead.
Well. Speaking of upset and speaking of this other team, Indianapolis, man. Indianapolis, they started Nick Foles in this game. You know what I'm saying? So the question for him is, which Nick Foles shows up? Is it the Super Bowl run Nick Foles, or is it the other Nick Foles, the regular season can't quite get it together Nick Foles? You know what I'm saying? Which one shows up? And I think it's going to be closer to the can't quite get it together Nick Foles, because one, you don't have the run game, and then you only have so many weapons. You got Michael Pittman. You know what I'm saying? So you don't have as many people to throw to. You know what I'm saying? On those teams that he was successful on, he had a few different weapons. Some guys that can go get it, guys that can get open in different spots on the field that will enable him to pick it apart. He's also a sitting duck in the pocket. You know what I'm saying? He's not very mobile at all. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I got the Chargers in this game. I think they come away with this W. And I got them putting up, give them 24 in this game. Give me Chargers 24, Indianapolis 17. 24-17 game. And Chargers take care of business.
Yeah, and then for me, man, this one for me, I didn't. If I got to bet the Church's money, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to go ahead and take the Chargers on the road against a sputtering Colts team. Like I said, they appear to be hitting a little bit of a stride at the right point, kind of look at the finish strong, as well as, like I said, still cement their own ticket to the dance. So I've got the Chargers winning 30-24, but just kind of like what Isaiah was saying, this one to me smells like upset. Like this is exactly the game that I would see the Colts win. No reason to win. No, I mean, it's Monday night. It's at home. It's a stiffer game, stiffer competition, and for no reason at all, this may be kind of like week 1 when Jeff Saturday took over, and they come in, they take over. Jonathan Taylor gets 30 catches or 30 carries, go for like 150 yards, you get another dub. You know what I mean? Like, not to say that's the recipe, but I can just see, like, just out of nowhere we count them out, and then this is the game they show up and somehow put it together, and then they still won. And then plus also with the Chargers being the Chargers, I can see them playing into that as well, making some timely mistakes at the key critical moments in the game. And so it did have the smell of upset to me as well, Isaiah. So shout out to you, dog. But like I said, man, if I got to bet my mama's rent money, I'm going to go ahead and take the kid, man. I'm going to take Justin Herbert to get it done on the road at Monday night, 30-24. But, man, I'm telling you, I was awful close to calling this game 24-23 Colts. I was awful close to going 24-23 Colts, but I went ahead and gave the Chargers another touchdown, make it 30-24. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at all, man, if the Chargers charge this game away.
Gotcha.
And man, hold on. I think you be confused with Isaiah. He's not the Chargers fan. He's thinking of Ike.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead. But anyway, I was gonna touch on what Isaiah said, man. He said Nick loves to push the ball down the field. The Chargers pass rush has come in lately, but you can never trust a man who has nothing to lose. You're absolutely right about a man who has nothing to lose.
Right.
But I think if he pushes the ball down the field, who he pushing the ball down the field to? Now Pittman can go up and get it, but he ain't creating no separation. He ain't leaving nobody, and they don't have that burner out there. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what we see from there. And I don't see them doing much in this particular game, man. I know y'all say a trap game, but I think Chargers take care of business. They too hot right now, and Indianapolis is too all over the place with Jeff Saturday running the ship, man. More birthday shout outs coming in, man. I ain't gonna call him out, man. But we coming from my dog and his Achilles, man. Coming from my dog and his
shout out to your Achilles, though.
Shout out to my dog Achilles, man.
Shout out to your Achilles, boy.
All right, Willie Jack, it's about that time, man. It's about that time. And of course, we got to go into and talk about the game of the week, man. Game of the week, man. Everybody knows what this game is. It's a divisional matchup, man. Two of the top teams right now in the NFC. We got the Philadelphia Eagles going to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. Willie, talk to me, bro. What you got?
Hey, real quick. I didn't know Ike and Isaiah. Ike was Isaiah. And so I didn't know that.
That's what I was saying.
Because when you said that, when you said Charles, like,
his name not Ike Turner, bro.
I mean, I assumed it was a fake name when I first seen it, like very first seen it, but no real name ever came out. And I was like, shit, if there's Michael Jordans, there's Michael Jacksons, why ain't there an Ike Turner? I was gonna let him live. I was trying to let him live, man.
Why ain't
Hey,
there any Ike Turners,
bruh? There's a Michael Jackson corner for the Jets right now. You know what I mean?
But I'm gonna tell you right now though, Isaiah talking. He talking now. Now he talking. When LT was the best running back of the game, you know what I'm saying?
Ooh, okay. Hey, I respect it. I respect it. You ain't one of these new. You ain't one of these new Chiefs fans that popped up around 2017. You know what I mean? You ain't one of these new Eagles fans that popped up in 2022 about 6 weeks ago. There's been a lot of them. I like to see that.
Isaiah, you said best running back of all time.
No, he said in the league. He
didn't type it right.
No, he said in the league.
No, he all time. He typed it wrong. My fault.
I didn't hear you. I couldn't tell if you said Barry Sanders or if you said Walter. I couldn't hear what you said exactly. I didn't know. I thought you said
I was Barry saying. Sanders. I think he had a typo when he said, you know what I'm saying, of all time. He tried to say of all time.
Why do I keep hearing you say sweetness? I keep hearing sweetness in the background when you say all time. I hear sweetness, then I hear Barry. That's what I don't know. It may be an interference. It may be my Wi-Fi. My Wi-Fi says Barry Sanders or Walter Payton got that sold up. That's what I was told. I don't know. But you could be on something. You could be on something. But no, I like to see it, man. You know what? LT probably, LT probably is. He is higher in the all-time list now. I do. He said, and I do believe he's top 2. LT.
I put like this, Willie Jack. He says Walter then LT. I put like this. He's if I had to pick, he'd probably be the guy that I pick because of how dynamic he was. And I don't think he gets enough respect for what he really was doing. You know what I'm saying? What he really was doing, what he really brought to that team. You know what I'm saying? How he pretty much was carrying him on the back, essentially.
See, that's the thing though. But this is why I kind of temper my LT, because LT's skill set, it really is. It's all time. It is Walter Payton. It's balance. It really is. He was explosive enough to break it long. He was patient enough to find and pick his own holes. So he did have all the skills. But now what I want to say is those Charger teams were loaded. And this is the knock I have against LT, and it's not.
I think I remember you telling you this too, but go ahead. I think I know what you're about to say. Go ahead.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, those teams were the quintessential 14-2 teams that lost in the wild card every year. Or maybe wild card's too strong, but they never went anywhere. They never capitalized on that. And he was the guy leading that charge. And the one that always sticks out is when they were 14-2, the number one offense and number one defense in the league. This may have been I don't know if this was LT's MVP year where he broke the touchdown record, but you get smacked at home because you had the bye week. You get the divisional round at home against the Patriots and get absolutely smoked at the crib. And it's a game
that was a divisional round. I thought that was the AFC Championship.
No, it was
championship against the Patriots.
Nah, it was the divisional round because they had the bye week because LT ended up. I think LT ended up sitting that game out because he was dealing with like an MCL sprain. And so, and I'm trying to just remember this right now, but he was dealing with an MCL sprain, and so he ended up not playing, but I guess it was considered a playable injury, and especially in this type of game. Anyway, he sits that game. Phillip Rivers played that game, I think, with a torn ACL. And that's another thing that kind of had people feeling the way about LT sitting it out, because this what do you save yourself for type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, they lose that game, they get smoked. That's also the game that Antonio Cromartie, if Isaiah in the building, he said, Chargers fan, let me tell y'all how deep I get in this shit, boy. Antonio Cromartie cost y'all that game. He was scared that Antonio Cromartie. No, that was Cromartie. That wasn't Cromartie? I thought that was Cromartie. Oh, okay, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, there you go. Okay, I appreciate you, big dog. Okay. I'm about to say that. Hey, I'm just saying that. Hey, man, I watch all the games, man. I watch all the games. Because, yeah, Marlon McCree, I remember that game with Marlon McCree, but Antonio Cromartie also cost y'all one against the Patriots, I could have swore. Because then they did Sean Merriman's lights out dance on the halftime logo where they was walking out the field. It was real disrespectful. But anyway.
Let's go back into this game. What is that? We got the game. We got to get back. That was my fault.
I found out the boy's name one night. My mind is blown.
My fault. But anyway, man, we got the Philadelphia Eagles going to Dallas to take on the Cowboys.
Hold on, did I give you a score? Oh, I did. You're right. My fault.
We didn't talk at all about this game yet. It's a game of the week.
Game of the week. Come on with it.
And we got 12 minutes to game start today, man. We got to give everybody time to get their fantasy stuff in, man. Get their lineup set and all that type of stuff. But yeah, man, we got Philly at Dallas. Who you got, bro?
Chop, who's the best running back in NFC East?
Saquon.
Did you say Tony Pollard?
That's not who I said.
Oh, okay. So Tony Pollard, I think, puts Dallas on his back in Jerry's house with Jalen Hurts sitting this out. If Dallas can't win this one, then I'm canceling Christmas, not even for this year. I'm canceling Dallas if they're no longer eligible for serious contendership in my mind. If you can't win this game, because this is a game you had to win if Jalen Hurts was here. If you're a contender, if you're a real team, you're somebody we should take seriously, then this is a game that you should expect to win with Jalen Hurts being there. Now you're going to tell me the MVP Jalen Hurts is out this game and you can't get this done at the crib, a game you absolutely must have got to win, and you're a real contender as well, you got to win this game, Dallas. And so I think Dallas has a lot of undue pressure. Philly they've got to soft out. They don't need this win. They've got 3 games to win 1. You know what I'm saying? And so, just like I said before, if it's going to be a hungry man and a starving man, give me the starving man every time. You know what I'm saying? Philly's hungry. They want to secure that number 1 seed. They want to keep their run going. They want to win. They want to win, go back to the championship. They hungry, they do, but you don't need it, though. You got 3 chances to get 1. Dallas needs this. I think Dallas needs this, and not to say they're not going to make the playoffs if they don't get it, but I think for their team psyche, where their confidence going forward, this is going to let them know right now, are we championship contenders or not? So they need this win. They need this win for themselves, you know what I'm saying, as they go forward, because they're going to make the playoffs. So I'm going to take Dallas on the back of Tony Pollard. Tony Pollard today gives me another 150 and 2 touchdowns.
That's a performer of the week, huh? He
was going to be my performer of the week until you backed me into a corner, and I had to make Justin Jefferson my player of the week. So now Justin Jefferson is my player of the week. But Tony Pollard's going to have a big day today as well. Now, I'm not even going to go rush it. I think it is going to be combined. I think I'm going to give him 150 combined and 2 touchdowns combined as well. I think this type of game, somewhere between 80 and 100 rushing yards and a touchdown, somewhere between 40 and 60 receiving yards and a touchdown as well. And I think Tony Pollard really stamps himself in this game, man, and is the difference. And that's assuming, of course, that Dak doesn't mess this up. Exactly. There you go. There you go, Tom. If Dallas thinks that Dak's gonna come out here, throw 40 passes, and light it up like he's Josh Allen Mahomes, then no, they lose by 10 points. That's not your guy. Let Dak sit there and chill and be Ryan Tannehill Cousins and feed Tony Pollard and get this dub at the crib is what you should do. You know what I'm saying? But it depends where they go with that. You know what I'm saying? It could be down by 20, or they could win this game on the back of Tony Pollard, like I just told y'all they would, and they could do it with the score of 27-24. 27-24 at the crib with TP going crazy. Come on, Chop, talk to me.
All right, man. So if y'all are fans, if y'all part of the film fam, y'all been a part of the film fam for a while, you know what I'm saying, and you have been a fan of Let the Film Speak. First and foremost, we appreciate you. But secondly, you probably heard Chop, speak some silly stuff out earlier this year, man, about after week 6 of the season, Gardner Minshew being the starter of the Philadelphia Eagles. Yeah, I admit it. Chop said something like that. But what this game is going to do is going to show you that Chop really wasn't too crazy when he said that. You know why? Because Gardner Minshew is going to come out in this game and he's going to play well. He's going to come out. He's going to fit perfectly into this offense. Now, they won't have one dimension of it, which is the running of the QB. So they won't have Jalen Hurts being able to do that. But Gardner Minshew is going to come out in this game. He's going to pass this ball pretty well, and he's going to pass for about, I would say, 280 yards, 2 to 3 touchdowns, in this game, and he's going to lead this team to victory. You know what I mean? But the performer of the week is going to be a little unorthodox this week, man. It's a guy by the name of Dallas Goedert who's going to be back in this game, man.
Oh!
And I expect him to get 8 catches, 100 yards, and 2 touchdowns in this game. You know what I'm saying? And ultimately, this is going to show everybody that, hey, man, I wasn't too crazy when I was talking about, Gardner Minshew possibly being the starter of this team, because he's going to look good, and this offense is going to look well with him in it. And I think they take care of business. Now, Jalen Hurts is out this game, and I think Jalen Hurts has been playing phenomenal ball all year long. You know what I'm saying? And him being out is going to hurt a little bit, in terms of the Philadelphia offense. But that Philadelphia defense is still there. They haven't went anywhere. You know what I'm saying? The run defense has stepped up. That pass defense is really, really good. It's top notch, and they get after the passer. Dak Prescott hasn't looked as good, over the past few weeks, and I don't think it starts today. So it's going to be tough to come by some points in terms of Dallas and the way that they're able to do things. Now, it is a divisional matchup, so things look a little different when you're talking about these divisional matchups. But I got Philadelphia winning this game. The defense is going to be the real MVP of this game. But, man, they get it going, and they're able to take care of business against this Cowboys team. Final score, 27-24.
You switched my score. Okay.
27-24. Philly win this game, you know what I'm saying, against Dallas. And actually give me 30-24. 30-24. Give them 3 more points, because I feel like Gardner Minshew is going to play well in this game, man. You're going to see some Minshew mania, man. Give me 30-24 in that closed stadium in Dallas, man. And, yeah, Philadelphia take care of business.
30 points on the road, man. 30 points on the road in your first start of the season against a very motivated opponent, against a division rival. And also, man, we can't remember. Now, I liked Minshew in Jacksonville. I really did. And I thought he kind of got a bad rep that second year because that team it wasn't a good team. Right. But I like Minshew. And when Minshew first went to Philly, I think I was calling for him as well until I think I seen the change in Jalen a little quicker than you. But I do like Minshew, so I want to say that. But the only thing about Minshew is there is a little Ryan Fitzpatrick to his game as well. He can definitely show up and go for 280 and 3 touchdowns. He can also show up and go for 160 and 3 interceptions. You know what I'm saying? That's what we can't forget as well. And I think that's a tall order to put on him to go out there and put up 30 points, airing it out, his first action of the season with the opponent and the circumstances we just talked about. I think pressing to make plays that way leads to turnovers. Like I said, Dallas that's a little strong. Yeah, I can't go that far.
I don't see Dak coming in on that defense. Dak coming in on that defense like that. Dallas, it's going to be tough sledding for this Dallas offense. You know, if it's Dallas side of the ball is where the game is going to be won.
Yeah, and if it's Dallas by 20, that means Minshew completely crapped the bed. Minshew went out there and did, just like I said, gave you 3 turnovers and 2 of them went for touchdowns the other way. If it's a Dallas game by 20. Sure. But that's in the spectrum, though. You know what I'm saying? Just from the highs and lows we've seen of Minshew. So that's not out of the question per se. But I don't think he plays that bad. But I I don't necessarily think he steps right in and lights it up either, though. I do think it's going to be competitive. I think they do make it more of a balanced attack because Minshew is going to be in, and I'm curious to see what changes is going to be in that offense because you don't have the running threat from Minshew that you're going to get from Hurts as well. So now I'm assuming we're going to get more traditional style handoffs because who's biting on an RPO for Gardner? Gardner Minshew going to have to show me 150 yards before I not crash on Sanders. Gardner Minshew is going to break the quarterback rushing record before I bite on his RPO fake. You see what I'm saying? So that's out, or it's out as a real threat. You know what I'm saying? Until he breaks one for 60 and makes us respect it. And so traditional handoffs now, the whole dynamic of that offense changes now with Minshew in. And so that's why I said, man, that's a tall order to even win that game. But to definitely put up the type of numbers you talk about, bro, that's a tall order. And like I said, if Dallas can't get this one done, man, hey, I don't want to hear it, Dallas fans. I don't want to hear it at all, boy. You are who we thought you was. You know what I'm saying? A fancy pretender. You a pretty pretender, boy. You know what I'm saying? You got to show me something today. But, I can't wait to see that. That's going to be a good game. Yeah, I'm excited to see it.
For sure. So run those performer of the week's back for me, Willie Jack. Who's your performer of the week this week, man?
Man, I got two, man. I got my dog Jay Jetta staying on pace to break 2K, man. 150 yards and 2 touchdowns because it ain't 1, 2, 3 of them Giants that could do nothing with them. And then also, man, little fancy nugget, man. I think this might be TP's day, man. I really want Dallas to lean on TP. Let's stop playing. Let's stop trying to salvage Zeke's feelings. Zeke knows what's going on. You know what I'm saying? He's the co-pilot, and he's cool. He's chilling. So let my dog TP rock out. Give him 150 total yards and 2 touchdowns to cement this game away.
That's a tall task against this defense, man. I don't know, man. But my performer of the week, man, I'm going Dallas Goedert, man. A little unconventional, man. Dallas Goedert, 8 catches. What's up?
You already went Saquon.
No, I didn't. I gave y'all I've been giving y'all fantasy nuggets.
Oh, okay. I thought that was a player.
Okay. When I announced performer of the week, bro, that's my performer of the week. And my performer of the week is Dallas Goedert, man. 8 catches, 100 yards, and 2 touchdowns. That's what we're going with that. Tight end coming back to Philadelphia, man. He gonna take care of business against Dallas today, man, and alongside Gardner Minshew. Now, Saquon will get 100 and at least 130 rushing yards today. He will do that.
2 touchdowns.
And 2 touchdowns. He's going to do that. But my performer of the week is Dallas Goedert, man. I'm going Dallas Goedert. It's a bigger game, so why not put my performer of the week in that bigger game, man? That's where I'm going.
Ooh, hey, I like it. If you love it, I like it. If you like it, I love it. That's all I'm going to say. If you like it, I love it.
We're a minute away, man. I need you to wrap us on up, bro.
Right on time. Here we go, man. That's it. That's all, man. Y'all know what's going on. We're going to speed through this real quick because it is kickoff for somebody, and we can get ready to it, man. Real quick, man. Run it down, man. Shout out to the home team. Y'all was in the building strong with us this morning. Appreciate that. Shout out to my mama. Shout out to my sister. Shout out to Mrs. Chops as well. Man, shout out to the home team. Like I said, man. Shout out to the members as well, man. Our dog. Tom came in here, man, called us. We appreciate the love, man. Happy birthday one more time, dog. And shout out to our dog, Isaiah Holmes. Boy, I can't believe I sit there and convince myself your name was Ike Turner. Shout out to you, my boy, in here real strong today, man. We appreciate that, man. Y'all know what's going on, man. If I forgot to say your name, man, you can charge it to my head. Don't charge it to my heart. You know we thinking about you. Hey, everybody have fun and be safe, man. Enjoy the holidays, man. Spend this time with your family. Stay safe, stay warm. Enjoy yourself today, man. It is kickoff. If you didn't get the picks in, you missed it. Let's get to it, man. Y'all have fun and be safe. We will catch y'all on Wednesday. Peace.